graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on barrel out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
What's going on, everybody? Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic day. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. We go on for all the Phillies, the Eagles, and the Sixers games. I mean, we try to cover as many as we possibly can. But how is everybody doing? I'm ready to get a W. I know that Jimmy Butler is not playing tonight. I'm looking at the Warriors starting lineup. They got Brandon Pajamski, Will Richard, Moses Moody, Draymond Green, and Al Horford in their lineup tonight. I was looking forward to seeing Jimmy play tonight, but he was listed as out. That was 2 hours ago. It was reported that he is not going to be playing in tonight's game. For the 76ers, they got Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Quentin Grimes, Dominic Barlow, and Joel Embiid. There is no Paul George tonight. Kelly Oubre is still out, and Trendon Watford is still out too. And obviously no Steph Curry for the Golden State Warriors as well. So, look, it's a traveling back-to-back. You're playing at home tonight at the Xfinity Mobile Arena, and then you're going to be on the road tomorrow playing against the Milwaukee Bucks. I have a couple of things that I'd like to talk about before we get started with this ball game. With no Paul George tonight, I'm curious to see how the Sixers' rotations are. Paul has been a very good perimeter defender, and I think that he's made life a lot easier for everybody on the wing and everybody on the perimeter to just step up, because he just understands how to read a defense, and he's just been doing it for a very, very long time. He has a really nice defensive IQ. He's able to just stay on guys. He's able to understand when the zone's coming and how to read things from his opponents. So I am really curious to see how the defense looks tonight. I'm hoping that they don't give up a lot of wide open threes and that they can do a good job rotating. Paul George, as I've talked about it before, has just been known to be a really good defensive player. And you can definitely tell that the Sixers are different when Paul George is not out there on defense. We definitely criticize Paul for his lack of offense at times and for him only playing a certain amount of minutes. But in regards to his defense, that is a big contributor to his game, and that is definitely a plus. So how will the Sixers do in that regard? Bigger question to me, though, coming on into this game, is which version of Joel Embiid are we going to get tonight? Is Joel Embiid going to play somewhat defense? Is he also going to rebound tonight? I don't know. That's something that I am very curious about. Al Horford is out there in the starting lineup, and we know from years past how dominant Al Horford is when it comes to facing Joel Embiid. So I think that putting him out there tonight is an interesting move, and not having him play tomorrow, even though there is no Giannis. He's not going to be going up against Miles Turner, but that's something that is really intriguing to me as well. I'm just going to keep saying this. I'm going to keep banging on this drum. I don't care how many times I have to say it, and I don't care if I sound like a broken record. This team needs to get reps. I don't like it when when one guy is off one night and then the other guy's off the other night. This team really needs to build that chemistry. If they think that they have a legit chance to make a run at this, they need to get reps together. And all the pieces have to be out there. I'm just talking about the big three. I know that Kelly's hurt right now, and I know that Trendon Watford is hurt too. But they need to they just got to build that chemistry, and we're not going to get that again for another 2 games in a row. It's just ridiculous, and I just have to keep voicing my frustration about that, because we've seen when it comes to teams who build up championship level of teams, the one thing about it is that they get a lot of reps together. You can't just have like 3 players on paper and just expect them to just put it all together after about playing only 6 games together. That's not fair to Nick Nurse. And I've been very upset with Nick Nurse this year, but that's not fair to him, and it's not fair to the rest of the team either. So I don't like the approach when it comes to that sort of perspective, but I just have to keep voicing that. So the Warriors are 11-11. The Sixers are 11-9. The Golden State Warriors, they really don't have a lot of ball handlers besides Steph Curry when he's healthy. DeAnthony Melton is making his debut tonight, this 2025-26 debut tonight. Sixers, of course, welcome DeAnthony Melton back to the Xfinity Mobile, which is interesting. I miss DeAnthony. I actually thought that DeAnthony, I know that he was another guy that had a lot of back injuries, but I still thought that his defense was really valuable, and he gave it his all out there. He had that blue-collar mentality, and I really liked DeAnthony Melton. The Warriors, though, are 4-8 on the road. A little bit more about them. They ended up losing to the Thunder. Not a surprise. They lost 124-112 in their last game. They did beat the New Orleans Pelicans in the game before that and put up 104 points. In the Warriors Thunder game, Pajemski did have a Warriors game high of 17 points, and he was 6 for 11 shooting-wise from the field and 2 for 3 from the foul line. The Warriors actually shot the ball very well from 3, which was interesting. They shot 43% from downtown, and they also had 43 rebounds. Draymond Green is going to be playing in tonight's game, and I'm curious to see how the Sixers game plan for him. Draymond is still a very effective point forward. He's still really good at distributing the rock. And with the way that his IQ is as well on the defensive side, he is a force still to be reckoned with down low as a center, really as a power forward. But yeah, they have Al Horford at the center. But I'm just saying that even when they want to go small, Draymond can still play the center, and yet he can still be very effective at that position too. Comment what your final score predictions are down below. I know I'm sort of jumping all over the place. And who are your MVPs for tonight? I think it's safe to say that my most valuable player is just Tyrese Maxey. I don't really think that that's even a question right now. This guy is probably going to put up another 35 points tonight. He's doing things that are absolutely ridiculous. He's pulling up from anywhere, and even when his shots aren't falling, he's being very aggressive. He's finishing with good English off the backboard, and he's utilizing that offhand a little bit more and making some really good plays. And there's also been a pretty good facilitator, too. So shout out to Tyrese Maxey. Hopefully he goes out there tonight and has himself a very good game. So, yes, we are ready to get things started. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button. Welcome on in, everybody. Shout out to Daniel Berry Sports. Shout out to Hardcore. Must Love Fiction is also here, too. After the game is done, we will also have a post-game show, and we will break down everything that we saw in this game and talk more about it. So, yeah, Sixers coming off of a win, a nice needed win against the Washington Wizards. And hopefully they can go out there and get a W against the Golden State Warriors before they head to Milwaukee and face Doc Rivers and Ryan Rollins. Let's get our scoreboard up and running. Let's activate this scoreboard. We have 4 other games going on tonight going on tonight in the NBA. The Celtics are playing against the Wizards. That's at 7 o'clock. At 7:30, you got the Jazz against the Nets. Then you got the Lakers and the Raptors playing at 7:30 as well. And the Timberwolves are out in New Orleans at the Smoothie King Arena. And that game will take place at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Once again, the starting lineups for tonight's 76ers game. You got Tyrese Maxey, Quentin Grimes, VJ Edgecombe, Dominic Barlow, and Joel Embiid as the Sixers starting 5. For the Warriors, it's Brandon Pajemski, Will Richard, Moses Moody, Draymond Green, and Al Horford. And, of course, Jonathan Kuminga is going to be coming off the bench, and so will Quentin Post as well. Kuminga's had a really good season for the Golden State Warriors, and I can't really understand. I was just actually having this conversation, and this person said it to me, but then I thought about it, and I'm like, well, he's right. I can't really seem to understand why Jonathan Kuminga is still coming off the bench for the Golden State Warriors. He's been very effective. He's been having himself a really good season. He gives you a lot of athleticism, but that's something very interesting as well. All right, Kelly Oubre Jr. is out. Trendon Watford's out. Paul George is also out too. And for the Warriors, they got Steph Curry with a quadriceps contusion and Jimmy Butler dealing with knee soreness in tonight's game, so they are not available. Andrew is also here. Shout out to you. Jeffrey says Maxi's going to have 45 points tonight. That's good. I like that prediction, man. Hardcore is also here. What's going on? If I never see Al Horford again, says Hardcore. Yep. That guy has just had quite a lot of success against Joel Embiid. All right, so here we go. We're ready to get locked and loaded. Sixers are in their black and white uniforms, and the Warriors are in their white and blue uniforms. There's Joel Embiid looking like he's going to tip things off over at half court. Andre Drummond is going to be coming off the bench. There's Dominic Barlow for the 76ers. I love the uniforms. They're so cool. Barlow's actually tipping things off, and he ends up winning the tip-off, and the Sixers have the ball first. It was Al Horford versus Dominic Barlow. Barlow a couple of inches shorter than him. Here is Embiid down low on the block. He puts up a jump shot and gets it to go from the baseline. Nice to see Joel Embiid take that shot, and VJ Edgecombe gets the assist there. And so Joel starts things off with a 2. Here's a catch-and-shoot 3. That one goes down the drain by Golden State. That was Al Horford. So Al, who played defense on Joel, says, I'm going to one-up you. And, ends up putting up a 3 and making it. Maxi with a skip pass over to Barlow. Now Embiid again operating on the block. Now he's going to take on Al Horford. He kicks it out to Edgecombe. He catches and puts up a 3. And Embiid gets the assist that time. So VJ got the assist on Joel Embiid's bucket. And Joel says, well, I'm going to return the favor for you. And I'll get an apple right here. 5-3 Sixers. Al Horford down low on the block, sends it outside to Pajemski, and his three-point shot at the top of the key will go on in and out. Sixers rebound. So they'll reset over at the top of the key. Good ball movement so far. Edgecombe with a 3 off of a screen from Embiid, and VJ can't knock that one down, and Draymond Green comes up with his miss. Draymond just continuing to have a very good season facilitating for the Golden State Warriors. 5.7 assists per game, 6.3 rebounds, and 8.3 points per game as well. He's now 35 years old. We have a whistle called. Sixers are up by 2. One thing about this Golden State team is that they do a good job rebounding the ball, and the Sixers can't lose off the glass. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Green for 3, no. And an offensive rebound that's tipped by Pajemski outside to Draymond Green. Another three-point shot, no good. That was wide open, and the Sixers able to dodge a bullet there. There's Grimes operating over at the top of the key. Hands it off to Joel. Joel says, step up to Tyrese Maxey. Maxey now at the foul line. Kicks it out to Barlow for a catch-and-shoot three. And I believe that it was blocked by Draymond. It was. And it was rebounded by Al Horford. 9 minutes and 33 seconds to go in this first quarter. Embiid with a 2 and Edgecombe with a 3. That's all the scoring so far by Philadelphia. There's a shot that's airballed by Brandon Pajemski, and VJ comes up with his miss. Embiid working around the screen, dumps it off to Maxi again. Maxi rolling down the lane, kicks it out to Barlow for a catch-and-shoot three on the near corner, and that one's a little bit short. So Dominic Barlow not able to find his rhythm so far, and they're hoping that as the game continues that the Sixers do a better job setting plays and capitalizing on shots. Modi downhill, puts up a step-back turnaround jump shot over Embiid, and Embiid actually played good defense there. He doesn't jump for the rebound, but he gets it anyways. Then he loses the ball, and Al Horford catches the turnover. It's now a 2-on-1, and Golden State's going to tie this game up. It's 5-5. After playing really good defense, Joel Embiid just fumbled the ball and just turned it on over, and the Warriors capitalize, and they make a 2. Maxi, with a hand in his face, tries to put up a 3, and he airballs it. Dominic Barlow gets the rebound, and the Sixers will reset again. Here's Embiid at the top of the key for 3, and that goes in and out. Green with his second rebound of the game, Draymond. He's been very active in this game. Horford tries to go up with a jumper over Embiid, and that one won't fall. It's been an up and down type of a game so far between the both of these teams. Nice pass by Quentin Grimes as he was driving in towards the lane and provided a little bit of a snake eyes pass to Dominic Barlow. It was a no-look pass, knew exactly where he was, skipped it right over to him, and the Sixers are back up by 2. Warriors can't capitalize on a 3 on the other side. It was Brandon Pajemski who missed the shot. Maxi for 3 for the Sixers, in and out it goes. I don't know if there's a double rim or not, but the Sixers not able to hit their shots from downtown. Only have made 1. Horford for a second 3. No good. And Barlow tries to fight for the ball on the ground. And he gets the rebound, but we have a whistle called. 7:24 to go in quarter number 1. Sixers are up by 2. They are 6-6 at home this year and have an 11-9 record on the season so far, being led by Tyrese Maxey, of course, who is 3rd in the league in scoring at the age of 25 years old. Turned 25 a month ago from today. Sixers will inbound it. Dominic Barlow will dump it off to Tyrese Maxey as he gets past half court, dribbles with the left hand, and he's guarded heavily by Jonathan Kuminga. Is he out there yet? Yes, he is. Jonathan Kuminga just came on in. Embiid down low on the block, being guarded by Draymond, goes up with a shot. He thought he was fouled. Dominic Barlow gets the rebound. Embiid with a turnaround foul line jumper. He got it that time. Good job by Dominic Barlow. Embiid is crying wolf to the refs, thinking that he was still fouled originally by Draymond Green, and he was not. 9-5, 76ers. Edgecombe gets a steal, and he goes flying to the rack and throws it down with the right hand. An exclamation point by the 76ers, and the Warriors not going to call a timeout just yet. Their lineup, it's Green, Moody, Pajemski, Kuminga, and Melton out there for them. And the Sixers have Barlow, Embiid, Grimes, Maxey, and Edgecombe. And the Sixers are going to call a timeout. After Tyrese Maxey commits a personal foul, there'll be a timeout with 6:33 left remaining in the opening quarter. And we'll step aside. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, Sixers make some substitutions as Andre Drummond will step on in for Joel, and Jared McCann is going to be the substitution for VJ. Sixers playing defense, and Draymond Green lost the ball. It's tipped, and it goes on out of bounds off of Draymond Green's right finger. Looks like it was his ring finger. So the Sixers have Jared McCann out there. Tyrese Maxey's taking the ball up. McCann passes it over to Barlow. And now Grimes takes it over on the outside, gives it back over to Jared McCann. Let's see what he can do here. I want to see him more as the primary ball handler. McCann rolls down the lane, kicks it out over to Barlow again. 4 seconds left on the shot clock, and now Maxi has it over on the near corner at the three-point line. Takes it over towards the baseline, throws it up, throws it on in, and some words being exchanged down low. 13-5, Tyrese Maxey with a 5-foot floater. An 8-0 scoring run by the 76ers over their last 2 minutes or so. And they've come out playing with a lot of poise. Maxi again gets the steal out in transition. Intercepts the ball. Puts it up. Puts it on in. And one. We've seen Tyrese Maxey being very aggressive out in transition, getting steals, understanding where the pass is going to, and D'Anthony Melton thought that he was going to be able to find, I believe that it was supposed to go to Moses Moody, and Maxey just came running on in, got a finger on it, and just was able to flap his wings and fly over to the rack. 15-5 Sixers. Maxey's and one is up, and that one's good. Give Tyrese 5 points in this game so far. 1 rebound and 1 rebound and 1 personal foul. Pajemski dumps it off over to Melton, and his high arcing floater is up. And it's rebounded by Tyrese. Maxey providing a lot of speed, and he goes over to the baseline and just hits a fadeaway jump shot in the face of D'Anthony Melton. I mean, he just pulls up. He was so confident. As soon as the ball was released, he just started backpedaling. 18-5, so now he's taken on over here in the first quarter. Maxey tries to be aggressive to get the rebound, but Pajemski does grab the miss. Barlow volleyballs it over to Quentin Grimes. Grimes over on a fast break. 18 seconds left on the shot clock. Gets a screen by Drummond. Hands it off to Barlow. Maxey over at the top of the perimeter. Now he gets double-teamed. And he gets the single man that he wants. Will swing it outside to Drummond for a catch-and-shoot 3. And that was wide left and also a little bit too strong, too. So he essentially airballed that shot. Melton, being blitzed, finds Pajemski wide open. His 3 won't go. And, well, the Warriors just have not been able to do anything. It's a 13-0 run by the Sixers. Maxey crosses over, steps back, lets it fly, and hits it from the near wing. Timeout by Steve Kerr. It's now 21-5 with 4:06 left to go. Tyrese Maxey, a one-man wrecking crew, doing it all in the first quarter. Let's go. He just crossed up, Buddy Hield, and just stepped back and started nodding his head. Let's go. It's wild. Wow, 16-0 run by the Philadelphia 76ers. And Tyrese Maxey leading the way. 10 points, 2 rebounds. Still has not even gotten an assist yet in this game. Warriors have been so flat shooting the rock. They are 1 for 10 from 3. Now the Sixers are 2 for 9. The difference is, though, is that they're out-rebounding the Warriors right now. They have 12 boards. The Warriors have 8. They've been very active on the glass. Tyrese Maxey has actually done a very good job rebounding the ball. And the Warriors have had 3 turnovers, and the Sixers have been able to score on all of the turnovers that the Warriors have provided. So they're capitalizing on the opportunities, and they're making plays happen. And it's nice to see them just coming out of the gate strong. The Warriors are also shooting 13% from the field. And part of the reason why is because the Sixers' defense has been all over the place. I did say that coming on into this game, that with Paul George out, that changes a lot of things with your defense. But VJ comes out there with a lot of poise. He gets himself a steal out in transition off of a bad dribble by Draymond Green. He just picks it up, goes flying right over to the cup, and throws it down with both hands. And then you see about a couple of possessions later that Tyrese Maxey is looking like a safety and just comes off of or just comes running into the lane and just deflects it, pokes it, knocks it loose, and then just is able to take it right over to the cup and finish strong. So the guards on defense are doing a good job, and I think it's safe to say at this point that Tyrese Maxey is not a bad defensive player anymore. We've been sort of talking about how undersized he is and how he's just not really known to be a good defensive player. He's really worked on that during the offseason, and that's sort of been something that we don't necessarily talk much about. But he had 4 steals in the last game, also had a block, and he's been picking up right where he left off. Warriors are going to turn the ball over here, and the Sixers are going to get the ball back as a whistle was provided. It was a loose ball foul called on Quentin Post after D'Anthony Melton launched a 3. Warriors also have Pat Spencer out there making his first appearance in tonight's game. 21-5 Sixers. Maxi rolling over towards the elbow. Gets past Melton. Puts up an elbow J. That one's too strong. He goes back pedaling. Grimes tips it. And it goes into the hands of Andre Drummond. How about that fight by Grimes? He puts up a 3 on the near corner. Won't go. And Maxi can't get the rebound, but it was last touched by Quentin Post. It goes off of his left knee and over towards the Sixers sideline on the near side. We have another substitution. It'll be Justin Edwards who steps in for Quentin Grimes. The lineup right now, it's Maxi, Walker, Edwards, Drummond, and McCain. Interesting lineup for the Philadelphia 76ers. Drummond is blitzed over at the top of the key, and he gets hit right on the head. Looked like Quentin Post tried to swap the basketball and ended up getting a little piece of his left side of the face. Sixers have also only committed 2 fouls, so they've been very disciplined as well. Hardcore wants to know, is he real life? Is this game real life? It's an 18-0 run for the 76ers. Maxi operating on the pick and roll. Gives it back over to Walker over on the far corner. They'll reset with McCain. 2 seconds left in the shot clock. McCain goes driving downhill. And I don't know how he got it off, but he did. He went with a little underhanded shot. There was a guy that was on him, and he just was able to get it high off the top of the glass and just be able to get it on in. And the Sixers just increased their lead. It's 23-5. 2:54 to go in the first quarter. We have another personal foul called on Jabari Walker, and that'll mean that Joel Embiid, who was over at the scorer's table, will step back in for Andre Drummond. Joel with 4 points, 1 rebound, and 1 assist in this game so far. He gave the Sixers their first 2 points with a baseline J. Here's Buddy Hield for a 3 as Maxi nearly got his second steal of the game. Edwards gets the rebound. Here's Tyrese Maxey all alone on the fast break. Gets the ball swatted away. Good defense by Gary Payton II. He's been known to be a very good perimeter defensive player. Embiid down low. He blocks a shot. That was off of Jonathan Kuminga. And the Sixers go up with a 2. That was Tyrese Maxey. He is fouled and gets helped up by Joel Embiid. Sixers playing very strong on the defensive side. Joel Embiid doing a really good job protecting the rim on that last defensive possession. And Quentin Post is guilty for committing a shooting foul. So Maxi will go back over to the line for his second trip today. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell icons too. Foul shot number 1 by Tyrese Maxey. It's up and good. Sixers are also in the bonus. Just wanted to throw that out there, too. Tyrese Maxey has had 2 games in his last 6 games with 40-plus points. Foul shot number 2 by Tyrese. and that increases the run to 20-0. The Warriors have not put up 1 point since the 8-minute marker. That's how long it's been. Kuminga steps up and goes up with an elbow J over Embiid, and that's rebounded again by Tyrese Maxey. After Quentin Post tried to get the little put back, couldn't get it, and Tyrese Maxey got the rebound. So they cannot stop the bleeding. McCain rolling down the lane, gives it back to Embiid, and his fadeaway two is up and good. Everything going the Sixers' way. A 22-0 run by the 76ers in this first quarter. And the Warriors only have 5 points. Another 3. In and out it goes. Buddy Hield gets an offensive rebound and finally stops the madness for the Warriors. Again, just 7 points in about 10.5 minutes of play in this first quarter. And give a lot of credit to the Sixers defense, especially out in transition. They're just doing a fantastic job. And be with a foul line, Jay, and that goes in and out. It's Warriors rebound again. 1 minute to go in the first quarter. On a drive going down the lane is Gary Payton II. He pokes it over to Jonathan Kuminga, and his three from the near corner is money. So the Warriors have scored 5 straight points, and they come up with a steal. That's Buddy Hield, and he puts up a wide-open three. He knew it was off, and Joel Embiid grabs the rebound. It was a careless turnover there by Joel Embiid, but he was lucky enough to be able to get the rebound that time. Embiid back over to McCain. McCain gets blitzed, but he steps back, and he launches a three, and that one's a little bit short. It wasn't a bad shot by Jared McCain. Maxi again trying to go for the steal, and the ball gets poked loose, and it'll go out of bounds. Last touch by Kuminga. Man, oh man, Tyrese Maxey doing it all. It's just a one-man show watching number 0 out there on both sides. I mean, where did this defense come from? Kuminga tried to get the ball, and Maxi touched it and then deflected it off of Jonathan Kuminga's left hand, and it went out of bounds. 20 seconds to go in the first quarter, and about 3 seconds differentiating the shot clock from the game clock. Maxi with a bounce pass over to Embiid. Embiid gets double-teamed. Swings it outside to Edwards for a catch-and-shoot three. Bullseye! Joel Embiid with his 3rd assist of the ball game. 30-10 Sixers, 5 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Hield outside to Quentin Post at the buzzer. He puts it up, and he airballs it. And the Sixers come firing out of the gates, providing a lot of space and providing a lot of a big spark for their offense and their defense. And they'll be back as they go on into quarter number 2, leading it 30-10 against the Golden State Warriors. Be right back. Well, in case you're just tuning on in, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button as well. Tyrese Maxey has outscored the Golden State Warriors in the first quarter, 12-10. And we are going on into quarter number 2 out at the Xfinity Mobile Arena. The Sixers went on a 20-0 run against the Golden State Warriors. It was just absolutely ridiculous. And they played really good defense. They were phenomenal out in transition, and Tyrese Maxey's defense was absolutely spectacular. VJ also had himself a really nice play, too, where he was able to get a slam dunk out in transition after getting a really nice steal. Joel Embiid's defense has also looked really good in this game as well. I'm actually really surprised about that because he's jumping, he's blocking shots, and he's getting some rebounds out there. He's playing. I mean, it's not like the old defensive Joel Embiid that we're used to seeing from like years past, but he's actually playing defense. And he had a nice little baseline jumper, too, to put the Sixers in the scoring column. Somebody asked down low in the chat, how's Seth Curry not in there? That's a great question. I don't know. Thank God that this isn't our team. Here's Al Horford for a catch-and-shoot 3 over Embiid, and that time he couldn't get it to go, just a little bit short. Sixers money line right now is at minus 1,300. Embiid puts up a 3. Al Horford says, I dare you to, and Embiid's 3 was just too strong. Horford, Moody, Richard, Seth Curry, and Pat Spencer are all out there. Curry tries to go up with a little floater inside with the left hand and couldn't get it that time. McCain goes behind his back on the dribble, almost lost it, gives it back to Walker, and Jared McCain gets the assist off of a nice 3 by Jabari Walker. Remember in the last game, Jabari came on in and he just made 2 threes in a row. Also got a very good offensive rebound over 2 defenders, but ends up coming on in and making a little bit of an impact. Here's a lucky 3 by Moses Moody as it hit the front of the rim on the near corner, and then it hit the back iron and just doinked on in. Jared McCain, though, that was supposed to be his guy, left him wide open. Edgecombe again, inside, outside to Embiid, another near corner 3, and he can't get it that time. Joel is not shooting the ball well from downtown. He's 0 for 3, and he's 3 for 8 shooting wise from the field. Embiid tries to play defense over Buddy Hield, who goes flopping down, and VJ Edgecombe comes up with the rebound. Edgecombe going down the lane, lost the ball. It was off of his right foot, and it goes towards the baseline, out of bounds, Golden State basketball. So just 3 points by the 76ers in the second quarter. It was Jabari Walker who knocked down the tray. There's a step-back foul line jump shot that's connected by Pat Spencer. It was a step-back from 19 feet. And Pat Spencer's 29 years old, playing in his second season. Well, he's averaging about 5.6 points per game. And 2 rebounds and 2.7 assists as well. Warriors playing good defense out in transition. And Moody goes down the lane, gets past Justin Edwards, and beats him right to the punch. So the Warriors are on a 7-3 run to start off the second quarter. Of course, basketball is a game of runs, but the Sixers could use a stop. And speaking of stops, we do have a stop in play, as a foul was called on Will Richard. Warriors certainly have a lot of young players. Richard was the 4th to last pick in this year's draft, technically taken by Memphis, but the Warriors got him. He's 22 years old, 6 feet 3 inches tall, and 206 pounds. Grimes over on the far wing as Jared McCain takes a seat on the bench. Edgecombe tries to put up yet another 3. He was left wide open, and he couldn't knock it down. Way too strong from beyond the arc by VJ Edgecombe. Horford now down low on the block, taking on Quentin Grimes. That's a mismatch, and now Embiid goes out there to help him, and Horford provides a ridiculous pass down low inside the paint, and they kick it back out to Moody for a 3, wide open, good. 33-20 is the score with about 8:50 to go. It's a 10-0 run by the Warriors, and we have a timeout taken. All right, I'm going to take one more step off in this first half. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you very soon. All right, Sixers out of a timeout. Able to trying to come up with a play here, and they end up turning it over, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by Philadelphia. It's still Barlow, Embiid, Grimes, Edgecombe, and Edwards as the 5 players for Philadelphia. Golden State now has it again over on offense. Warriors have Horford, Moody, Richard, Curry, that's Seth Curry, and Pat Spencer. There's a little drive on the other side and good defense by Dominic Barlow. Pat Spencer missed the shot. Edgecombe grabs the rebound. That is VJ's 3rd rebound of this game. Embiid says, "Go, VJ." And now he's over on the Sixers logo. Dumps it off over to Quentin Grimes on the baseline. Grimes looking for some help. Sixers have got to put up a prayer from VJ, and he hits it somehow, some way. You couldn't have drawn that up, and he still was able to hit that. What a shot by VJ Edgecombe. 36-20. That was from 24 feet, and that was way off balance. Grimes comes up with a rebound as he got hit right on the nose. They didn't call a foul there, but Quentin does snatch his 3rd board of the game. Now he drives it downhill, and we have a whistle called as the ball actually got deflected out of bounds. Last touch by the Golden State Warriors, but it was a shooting foul called on Will Richard. I don't know how he hit that shot. VJ is so nice this CB, and I want to see that shot again. That thing was ridiculous, and he just looked back at the bench. I was like, yeah, I got you. Catalan says, 10 points in 1 quarter is bad. Not if you're the 76ers. It's great. hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button as well, folks. I do like an old school radio play-by-play style on my channel, so if you guys like that, if that does tickle your fancy, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. Grimes goes 2 for 2 from the line. 37-20. Edwards staying on his man, Pat Spencer, and Spencer goes up with a shot. It's denied by Edwards, but they'll reset on offense. Green with the catch-and-shoot three. Money for Draymond Green, and good as gold from 27 feet. It was a straightaway shot. Draymond not known to be a very good three-point shooter. Able to knock down one, and that was a much-needed three by Golden State. Grimes again drives it on the other side, and there's a whistle called. It's going to go against Draymond. Draymond, in his career, shooting-wise, from downtown, is just a 32% three-point shooter. Now, he is shooting 33% from three this year, so just 1 percentage above his actual average. Edgecombe swings it outside. They play hot potato. Grimes puts up a tray at the shot clock, and, well, it's a little bit short. 6:40 to go in quarter number 2. Moody down low, gets it denied by Barlow. Here come the Sixers. They're off to the races. Grimes downhill, goes up with a tough two. No, Barlow on the follow-through. Yes! Another timeout taken by Golden State, and the Sixers respond with a little run themselves. Dominic Barlow playing very physical basketball, getting rebounds, making it really tough for Moses Moody to get a good shot off, and then he hustles on the other side. He's just a fantastic athlete for this 76ers team, and yet another guy that's on a two-way contract, giving it his all out there and showing that he should be playing a lot for the Sixers team. Good stuff, man. Really good hustle. And I take that all away as positives. Again, is Steph Curry not playing? Correct. Is Jimmy Butler not playing? Correct. But I still need to see hustle. I still need to see the Sixers take care of business and not make it a close game. If they can just provide you with like a 16-point win tonight, it's great. RB just said on Twitter that Dominic Barlow is looking like he's going to be the best 76ers two-way player of all time. And, man, I'll tell you what, the Sixers years ago, we wanted Lauri Markkanen. We thought that Lauri Markkanen would be a really good fit next to Joel Embiid, and we thought, man, he's the ideal power forward, a guy that can rebound the ball, a guy that can spot up and shoot the three, and just give you a lot of athleticism and play alongside with Joel and Tyrese Maxey. Now, Dominic Barlow's not necessarily the best catch-and-shoot three guy, but what he does provide you with is rebounding, physicality, and athleticism. And he has continued to show that throughout this season, and I'm all for it. Averaging 8.3 points per game, 5.1 rebounds, and that's a big 5.1 rebounds. It's not like it's not like a quiet type of rebounding from him. He gives you big boards. He just does. Not in the last game. He only had 1 rebound, but he still had 2 steals and had 12 points. But yeah, very happy with how things have gone. And also, to their credit, look, you knew that the Warriors were going to go on a run at some point. You can't keep them ice cold for so long. They put up just 10 points in the first quarter, and now they have 13 here in the second quarter so far. And there's still 6:28 to go in this second quarter. But I thought that the Sixers responded out of the timeout very well, with Nick Nurse making some adjustments and the Sixers capitalizing and making plays. So that's good. Why was Grimes out with in the last game? I think it was a calf strain. I think that's what it was. I'm pretty sure. 39-23, 6:23 to go in the second quarter. And Green over on the outside again, gets it downhill, throws up a shot, and he's fouled. They're going to say it was a foul on the floor. It looks like that he got a little shot off. Andre Drummond does come on in for VJ Edgecombe. It was a personal foul by Justin Edwards. It was before the shot did go off. And Tyrese Maxey steps in for Joel Embiid. So it's Maxi, Barlow, Grimes, Edwards, and Drummond out there for the 76ers. Maxey again sticking his hand in the cookie jar, and Grimes gets the steal. Grimes rewards Maxey for his great defense, and he just throws it down yet again. It's like, yep, I'm back, baby. What did I miss? 41-23 76ers. D'Anthony Melton, speaking of back in, he just laid up a shot. That was a contested layup, too. Dominic Barlow played really good defense, but better offense by D'Anthony. Here's Maxi stepping back, letting it fly. His three's a little bit short. Drummond volleyball tips the rebound, and it goes into the arms and hands of Brandon Pajemski. Melton back outside to Moody for a catch-and-shoot three. Doink, it's off the mark. It was on the near corner, too. Just misfired it. Maxi Euro step over Draymond Green. Rimmed short and rebounded by Draymond himself. Maxi is 5 for 11 from the field and 1 for 4 from downtown. Here's Draymond clutching up a three, and that's too strong. Grimes tried to get the rebound, and it goes off the fingertips of Seth Curry. And now Buddy Hield is going to come back in. Warriors have outscored the Sixers in this second quarter 15-11. Maxey with 14 points, 2 steals, and 3 rebounds. Now Andre Drummond is taking the ball up for some reason, and he dumps it off over to Quentin Grimes at the half-court marker. Maxey outside to Barlow. Barlow rolling down the lane, trying to lay it up and in, and he gets absolutely punched to the ground. And now it's a 4-on-3 possession. Buddy Hield for a catch-and-shoot three, and that one's too short. Barlow did get back into the picture, and he grabs the rebound. He was down on the ground for like at least 3 seconds. And for him to just speed and go to the other side there, that was really impressive. And Grimes tries to be aggressive, and he's fouled by Draymond. Got slapped right on the hand. And with 4:29 to go in the second quarter, we're going to have, I believe, some more free throws coming. We'll see. They're showing a replay of Dominic Barlow just trying to go up with a rebound and tip it out, but he got nicked up against Draymond. Quentin Post will come on into the game, and now Grimes gets it on the corner, drives it downhill, finishes with the right hand, got past his defender. 43-25, Sixers up by 18 points. A lot of good things in this first half by Philadelphia, and we'll have a halftime show to talk more about it. But first, the Sixers do have to play some defense on the other side. They don't, as Jonathan Kuminga knocks down a 13-foot step-back J from the lane. 3 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in this first half. Maxey with the left hand goes up with a shot. Kiss it inside. It's good. I was going to say kiss it goodbye, but it's not a baseball call. It's 45-27, Sixers up by 18. Kuminga gets careless with the ball, lost his dribble. He was over on the near corner on the baseline and just lost it. And I don't know, he got a little bit dazed and confused there and just went off of his hand. 45-27, Maxey, another step back. You bet! Tyrese Maxey providing fireworks for the 76ers. He has 18 points, and we're not even through the second quarter yet. And Steve Kerr shakes his head, goes back to the drawing board, and says, timeout. We'll take one more step off. Don't go anywhere. All I got are two words for you, and that is Tyrese Maxey. $18 points for number 0, and we're not even through the second quarter. His defense has been spectacular. He just hit a shot where he was in the lane, and he just stepped back and just got a high arcing shot off and swished it with the defender all over his face. 47-27, Sixers up by 20. And now as Golden State has possession, Quentin Post with about 5 seconds on the shot clock goes up with a baby hook and nails it inside the lane. That was from about 7 feet or so. Jonathan Kuminga gets the apple. 47 points for the 76ers. Maxi and Embiid out there. Maxi is blitz. He has to throw it out of a double team and is able to somehow, someway find Edwards. Edwards to Barlow. Barlow back to Edwards for a 3. That's airballed. And Barlow back to Grimes with 2 seconds left. And Grimes hits a reverse layup. The ball was airballed. There were 2 seconds left on the shot clock. And Quentin Grimes right there at the right time. 49-29. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the first half. Melton being guarded at the top of the key, puts up a 3. No, but a putback jam by Jonathan Kuminga. There were about 2 Sixers players in front of him, and he posterized everybody and just was able to shake the rim. 49-31 now. I don't know how he got that off. Grimes again operating on the offensive side, laying it up, laying it in. Quicksand, but still was able to get down low. And now the Sixers at 51 points. Quentin Grimes with 7, 5, and 3. Here's Buddy Hield, former 76er, launching a 3 and knocking it down wide open on the near wing. Sixers couldn't put a body on him. They've done a very good job holding this Golden State team to just shoot 20% from 3. That was their 6th 3, though, that they have made today. They're 6 for 26 from downtown. Embiid hands it off over to Maxi. Maxi steps back. Dump pass over to Embiid. Embiid's 3. It's a little bit short again. Joel not shooting the ball well from beyond the arc. 1:13 to go in the second quarter. And Embiid blocks the shot on the other side. Grimes gets the steal. Here's Tyrese Maxey off to the races. A bounce pass over to Edwards. One more downhill over to Barlow. And Barlow lays it up and in. They are winning out in transition. They're flying downhill. They're making plays happen, and they have just looked absolutely dominant in this game. Embiid with great defense again over Jonathan Kuminga, who just missed a layup, and now 45 seconds to go in this opening half. Sixers up 53-34. Maxi to Embiid. They have a little two-man game going on. Maxi has been deferring to Joel over these last couple of possessions. Embiid nearly throws it away, zips it over to Edwards, but he steps on out of bounds, and it'll be Golden State ball. Edwards was going downhill underneath the basket, and his left foot just hit the white chalk. And, that's a Sixers turnover. They have not had many of those tonight. That's just their 5th. All right, so it's 53-34. And 29 seconds to go. Larry is here. What's up, Larry? What's up, Mark? How you guys doing? 22 seconds left in this first half. Here's Pajemski again, kicking it outside to Draymond Green. Now back to Jonathan Kuminga, who just provides a little pivot step. Can't get it. Embiid tips the rebound over to Tyrese Maxey. Maxey going to settle for one more. Grimes to McCain for a 3. No. And Barlow tips it back and puts it in. What a first half by Dominic Barlow, and that's going to do it. 56-34. As Jared McCain was subbed on in at the very last second to provide the Sixers with some sort of offense, Dominic Barlow was not even being boxed out by anybody and just went flying over to the cup. 9 rebounds by Barlow and 6 points in that first half. He's doing really well. And we have a lot more to talk about, for sure, as we go on into halftime. I do want to break everything down. Just give me about 2 minutes or so for me to just catch my breath, get up and stretch, and we'll be back with a little halftime show. Do not go anywhere. Excellent first half by the 76ers. All right, be right back. Don't go anywhere. What is going on, everybody? Hopefully you guys are having yourselves a very fantastic day. Welcome on into the 76ers halftime show here on Play by Play with JJ. The Sixers are out playing the Golden State Warriors and lead at 56-34 at the half. The Warriors put up just 10 points in the first quarter, and they ended up with 24 points in the second quarter, but the Sixers won both quarters and played very well. Overall, I would give that first half, I would give that an A-. I really would. I think that was actually the 76ers' best first half that they've had in a while. I really feel that way. And it wasn't just Tyrese Maxey doing his thing. Yes, Maxey did have 18 points in 18 minutes. I just really thought that the distribution of the basketball was really strong from the Sixers. It really feels like that the Golden State Warriors, without Steph Curry and without Jimmy Butler, just have a different type of identity. And of course, we're not telling you that the Warriors are better without them. Of course not. Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler are their main two guys. But their offense looks really different. And were they out of sorts? Yes. But I also really thought that the Sixers just did a great job out in transition, and they played very physical. They played with a lot of intensity, and they sent a message. They really did. I want to get to Joel Embiid because I actually thought Joel looked pretty good in that first half. He had 6 points. He had 3 rebounds, 2 assists. He did turn the ball over 2 times, and he did shoot 4 threes. I'd like that to change a little bit. He wasn't making the shots, and it felt like that he was chucking up some of them. So I kind of wish that the Sixers would have had a couple of possessions back, but I thought that overall Joel Embiid played pretty good, specifically in that first quarter. He comes out of the gates, hits a baseline jumper over Al Horford, knocks it down in his face, and then he had a couple of he had, I know that he wasn't credited with a block, but he had a couple of really good chase down plays where he stayed on his man and provided a lot of pressure down low near the rim, being a very good rim protector. I thought that his rebounding in the first quarter was nice too. He had a couple of tipped rebounds that he was able to give to Tyrese Maxey, and the Sixers were just able to go on fast breaks as Golden State's defense just couldn't get back. It is so tough to keep up with Tyrese Maxey. Slowing him down is really hard. It is not easy to do. And with his speed and the way that he's just able to speed up the game and also slow it down as well, I think that that is what makes him such a dominant force now. Like, this is a superstar MVP caliber Tyrese Maxey that we are getting. And it's just incredible to watch. It's spectacular to see him knock down shots, finishing with the left hand, getting the floater to go. He's unstoppable at this point with the way that he is going. And he had that one moment in the first quarter where he finally took over. He had a couple of steals in a row out in transition, and that gave the Sixers the momentum that they needed to go on that 20-0 run. VJ also had a steal during that run too, where he was able to just get in front of DeAnthony Melton and just fly over to the cup, and nobody could stop him. So those were all good things. Dominic Barlow, great defense from that guy. 17 minutes, 2 blocks, 9 rebounds, and also a couple of reverse layups too. Gave the Sixers a couple of extra second possessions on offense with his rebounding. Also, Quentin Grimes had a couple of offensive rebounds too. I know that they say that he has 7 points, but he's a plus 22 out there, and he's been a big difference maker out in transition as well. I feel like in this game, Quentin Grimes, nobody is ball hogging. Nobody is dominating on the ball. The Sixers are really just giving guys different looks. And I don't know how that would look with Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry out there, but you take it. It doesn't matter who you're playing. You go out there and you see what the defense is giving you, and you take advantage. In the open floor, they're doing great. How about VJ with that 1-3? I mean, with the shot clock expiring, Sixers were desperate. He put up a prayer. He got it to go. I mean, they didn't call it, but it was nice. It was good to see. What else? Brandon Pajemski is so cold from 3. I think Justin Edwards has done a very good job defending him. The Sixers really haven't given up a lot of wide open looks tonight. And what they're doing is, a lot of the time that I've been watching the game, I don't know how many, it feels like a lot of possessions where they'll have the ball, the Warriors, and the shot clock just goes winding down to like 5 seconds. If I see that more and more often, that means that the Sixers are playing good defense. But it also means, too, that the Golden State Warriors are out of sorts. And, again, partial credit to the 76ers for giving them pressure. In this second half, okay, because this is all positive, and I like positivity. I do. You should be positive after this first half. But in this third quarter here, I cannot see them losing this quarter and just giving up big-time plays to get Golden State back in this game. You got to put them away. The Warriors haven't even attempted a free throw in this game. Let that sink in too. Not one free throw attempt by Golden State. Sixers have been very disciplined. They're not fouling much. They've only had, I believe, 5 fouls in this game. It's great. And the assists are pretty good, too. So, Maxi leading the way with 18 points, 7 for 13 from the field. I also want to give them credit. I have to give Nick Nurse credit as well for when Golden State did go on that 10-0 run. Again, you knew that you couldn't just minimize, that you could only keep Golden State in check for so long. They were gonna eventually make shots. Nick Nurse's adjustments in that second quarter were great. You had Quentin Grimes, Joel, Barlow, and Maxi out there. And I thought that I have to go back to the play-by-play. But in the second quarter specifically, after Golden State goes on this 10-3 run, Sixers call a timeout, and VJ makes a 24-foot jumper. That was the ridiculous shot that he hit. That gave the Sixers momentum. But Grimes, I thought, really provided a spark plug off the bench. When he's grabbing a rebound off of a missed shot by Draymond, he's another guy that's just running up and down the court, giving it his all, being aggressive, going to the rack, and shooting free throws. We want guys. How many years did we say that we just wanted basketball players? Like, we just wanted guys that could just ball. The nice part about the guards that we have is that they can create their own shots, and they're just hoopers. They can go out there, they can get you a bucket. They're athletic, they're mobile. Kelly Oubre, when he's healthy, basketball player. Dominic Barlow, basketball player. Jabari Walker, basketball player. No more slow guys, right? No Kyle Lowry's out there. No Eric Gordon's out there. None of these slow guys that are just past their prime, in their 40s, just playing 18 to 20 minutes a night in big minutes. We all got tired of it, especially last year. The Sixers look like that they finally have ball players out there that can just run with anybody. Are they undersized? Are the guards undersized? Yeah. But I love the hustle. And I love the youth that they provide. They're a fun team to watch. And when they're clicking on all cylinders like this, how can you not say to yourself, man, this is good to see. This is a breath of fresh air. As long as Nick Nurse's play calling does not get in the way, lack of play calling, if you will, and this team can just continue to fight, show signs of a bright future, which I believe that they are, then I feel good moving forward. I do. So, yeah. Grimes, good first half. Barlow, good first half. Embiid, I thought, had a good first half compared to what he was giving you before. And Tyrese Maxey played really well in that first half as well. Comment what your thoughts are down below. What did you think about that first half? What needs to change in the second half? I don't necessarily think anything needs to change, but I do feel like that the defense needs to just continue to dominate, and they need to do exactly what they've been doing since the first half. 22-point lead at halftime. That's the largest since January 2nd of last year. when they were winning against the Chicago Bulls at halftime. It was, 73-42. All right, here we go. Al Horford back out there, and so is Moses Moody, Trayce Jackson-Davis, and Will Richard. There's Richard at the top of the key. Tries to swing it down low, and it's intercepted by Dominic Barlow. That was a bad pass. Al Horford was the intended receiver. Grimes with the three. In and out it goes. And Barlow tips it into the wrong hands. It's going to go to Brandon Pajemski. Oh boy, what is going on? What the heck is going on with the Warriors? Well, they're missing Steph Curry, they're missing Jimmy Butler, and they're just out of sorts. I don't know what else to say. Sixers have done a great job guarding the passing lanes and making it really tough for this Golden State team to breathe. They're not getting a lot of wide open looks. Sixers are closing out very well. And I'm shocked because there's no Paul George either. So they're rotating well, and they look like they're in sync. Foul shots number 1 and 2 were both no good by Golden State. Those were their first 2 free throw attempts of the game. 56-34, Maxi with a bounce pass to Embiid, a kick out on the far wing to Grimes, one more to Maxi, who steps on inside, thought he was going to take the shot. Edgecombe takes it instead, puts up a trifecta, and Al Horford hugs the board. 10:55 to go in quarter number 3. It's Moody, Horford, Pajemski, Richard, and Jackson Davis all out there for the Golden State Warriors, and a foul is issued on Dominic Barlow. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and hit the notification bell icon too. We have a post-game show after this game is done. 56-34, Sixers in the driver's seat. And Moody at the line to shoot a pair of foul shots. And that's the first one that the Warriors have made tonight. Golden State is 4-8 on the road. After this game is done, they will play against the Cavaliers. This is their they're in the middle of, or really the start of, a 3-game road trip here on the East Coast. They play against Cleveland on Saturday, and then they play against the Chicago Bulls on Sunday. And then they come back home on Friday the 12th and play against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Here is Embiid down low on the block, and he gets it knocked loose and stolen by Golden State yet again. Moody on a drive to the basket, tries to lay it up and in, but there is a defensive goaltending called on Joel Embiid. So we played just a minute and a half in this third quarter. Sixers have 56 points, Golden State just 38. Embiid gets a screen, puts up a 3 again, no good. Just continues to put up threes off the dribble and not being aggressive down low. Pajemski goes up with a tough 2 over Dominic Barlow, makes it. And it's now a 16-point game. A 6-3 start by Golden State in quarter number 3. VJ to Embiid. Grimes swings it outside the Maxi, and a wide-open 3 by Tyrese. No good. Barlow, another offensive rebound. Maxi's second try. Got it! Dominic Barlow again just being everywhere on the offensive glass, providing the Sixers with second-chance opportunities. Pajemski tried to put up an alley-oop pass. Nobody jumped up for it, and the ball was ricocheted out of bounds. Pajemski tried to tip it, but it went into no man's land, and Sixers have possession of the ball. Edgecombe on the outside, gives it back to Maxi, another 3. He can't be stopped. Give number 024. Here's another catch-and-shoot 3 by Golden State, and they just cannot stop the bleeding. But they do get an offensive rebound, and on their second try, Will Richard knocks it down from the far corner. It's a 62-43 game. Alex is here. What's up, Alex? How are you, my friend? Grimes to Embiid on the baseline. His jump shot, money by Joel Embiid. And they go back up by 21 points. So Tyrese Maxey with 24 points in this game, leading the way for the Sixers. 3 rebounds, and he's been doing it all. Edgecombe on a drive to the basket, gives it back to Barlow, but it's intercepted by Golden State. Al Horford got the steal. Kuminga back to Horford. They'll give it over to Moody, and Moody throws it away, and the Sixers will get the ball back. Gosh, another careless turnover by Golden State, and the Sixers are going to try to use this as momentum. Maxi with a dump off to Embiid. Embiid back to Maxi. Maxi steps back, lets it fly. Got it! Tyrese Maxey just putting on a clinic here in the third quarter. And that's his third 3 of the quarter. Now the 3 ball is falling. 67-43. Sixers are pouring it on against the Golden State Warriors. And we have another foul called on the other side. Maxey has scored 9 of the 11 points by the Sixers here in this third quarter, and he is taking over this game, driving in the front seats, really. 67 points for the Sixers and 43 for the Warriors. Brandon Pajemski is at the line. He got fouled by VJ Edgecombe on the left hand, and Pajemski's first free throw is up and in. Golden State is going to come on in with a plethora of substitutions, including Quentin Post, DeAnthony Melton, and Jonathan Kuminga. Mike says, my favorite thing about Barlow is when he grabs an offensive rebound and immediately looks for an open shooter, usually Maxi. That's what he's usually able to do. Sixers turn it over. Maxi provides a bad turnover. That really hasn't happened over the last couple of games. But Golden State does convert, and they make a layup out of it. 7.5 minutes to go in quarter number 3. Edgecombe driving down the lane, throws it away. It was supposed to go to Embiid. He was right next to him, and Brandon Pajemski was there to take it away from him. It was an easy steal. Here's a 3 by Golden State. Won't go. Rebound Moody. Moody back to Kuminga, who goes flying towards the rack. Throws it down. And we'll have a timeout taken. 67 points for the Sixers and 49 for the Golden State Warriors. And they'll be back in just a little bit. 7:08 to go in quarter number 3. Guys, hit the thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button as well. And make sure that you guys turn on your notification bell icons too. What a performance by Tyrese Maxey. It's just like you just look up and you watch the game and you think to yourself, how can this guy just continue to get better and better? Like, what else can he do? 27 points. And we're not even through the third quarter. We're not even halfway done, folks. I mean, is it really a surprise at this point? RB just tweeted out, Maxey now has 21 consecutive games of 20-plus points to begin the season. That is spectacular stuff. You know, I was having this conversation the other day with one of my friends. We're talking about Tyrese's greatness. And something that I thought was interesting, and I'm not trying to bring the mood down, but I thought about this during our conversation. And I was thinking to myself, you know, once the playoffs come, like, this is a new version of Tyrese Maxey that we're seeing. Tyrese has been asked to play so many different roles throughout every single year. His rookie season, he comes off the bench. He plays great in Game 6, doesn't even sniff the floor at all in Game 7 against the Atlanta Hawks. Right? The next year after that, he gets hurt. He's out for a couple of weeks, and then Doc Rivers decides to put him off the bench when they had James Harden and Joel Embiid. So he was not even considered to be a scoring option. Doc Rivers wanted Tyrese Maxey to be more of a facilitator and more of a point guard. Last year, or then the next year happens, and he's playing really good as a Robin to Joel Embiid. And yeah, I just the whole thing to me has been really fascinating because last year it still wasn't technically his team. There were a lot of things that the Sixers were dealing with injury-wise, and Tyrese just wanted to come on into the offseason and just put in extra work to add on to another layer of his game, and he's doing that. And with all that being said, it's going to be interesting to see how teams guard him in the postseason if the Sixers do get there. And that was the whole point of that whole spiel. Edgecombe down low over to Joel Embiid as he's blitzed. Embiid swings it outside to Grimes. Grimes over to Maxi. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Maxi with a little Euro step inside. Puts it up. Did he put it in? They're going to say that there's a foul on the floor by Seth Curry. He did put it up and in, but I don't know if that foul was necessarily. Oh yeah, was that really a foul? I don't really think it was. He just sort of touched him right on the chest. Wasn't like there was a lot of hard contact or whatnot. But all right, Sixers up by 18. Nevertheless, they have the ball on offense. Embiid with a turnaround J from the foul line. It's just automatic every time that he's at the foul line. You leave him wide open. That's his sweet spot. 69-49. And give Joel now 10 points in this game. He is the Sixers' third player to score in double figures tonight. 6:18 to go in the third quarter. Moody with the finger roll finish on the other side. Good. 18-point lead for the 76ers and about 6:05 remaining in the third quarter. What a nice little bounce pass behind the back from Maxi over to Embiid. Another foul line J by Joel, and he's fouled. He got Quentin Post to lure in on him and slap him right on the hand. So Embiid is at the line, and he will shoot some free throws here. The first one goes down the drain. It's good. Joel has averaged 26 points per game in his career against the Warriors. He's faced Golden State 10 times in his career. He's also averaged 11 rebounds and 3.9 assists as well. Last time he actually played against Golden State, it was on January 2nd of this year. He had 28 points and 14 rebounds in 31 minutes. Embiid goes 2 for 2 from the line.
Excellent.
Anthony Melton on the other side pulls up inside the three-point arc and knocks it down. And that'll cut the lead back to 18 points. Sixers and Warriors have sort of been going back and forth in this quarter. Embiid with another fadeaway three. Can't get it. He is 0 for 6 from beyond the arc. Him and Quentin Grimes are 0 for 10 combined from downtown. Just a stat out there that I just wanted to throw out there. Kuminga trapped over on the baseline. Kisses it off the window, and Joel Embiid is there, and he jumps up and corrals the miss. That's just his 5th rebound of the game. Embiid rolling over to the basket, kicking it out to Grimes. I don't know what he was doing. He could have finished it there. Decided not to be aggressive. Maxi takes a jab step. He's looking for Joel and just throws it away. The ball went way over his head. Embiid didn't even jump for the ball, but it still would have been too high. Would have liked to see Joel try to jump up and make the catch there, but regardless, it's a turnover by Philadelphia as their 5th turnover of the quarter. They have 11 in this game. Another floater by Golden State, and it's too strong that time. Buddy Hield touches it last. Sixers ball as it goes out of bounds. Next game that the Sixers play against the Warriors, that'll be on February 3rd. So they play against the Lakers on Sunday. And the funny part about it is that when they go to Golden State, they'll play the Lakers 2 days later. So Interesting stuff. Maxi tries to give it back to Barlow, and he throws it away yet again. That's the third turnover by Tyrese Maxey in this quarter. Kuminga with the ball directing traffic, hands it off to Melton. Little pick and roll action between the both of them, and Kuminga off the dribble can't put up a shot there, as it was Dominic Barlow who ended up playing good solid defense on him. Maxi trying to finish through traffic on the other side, zigzagging past the defense, won't go, and another rebound by Golden State. And we have a timeout taken as the Warriors are going to call for time. Andre Drummond will step in for Joel Embiid as Buddy Hield got a defensive rebound. But Golden State's going to call for time with 4:02 left in the third quarter. Sixers up by 18 points. Really, in just this third quarter, if we're being honest, the Sixers' offense has gotten a little bit stale. It's been just Tyrese Maxey, and that's it. Tyrese Maxey has been the only effective player in this third quarter. Everybody else just not doing a good job. I think Joel has been hogging the ball a little bit too much, and he's just settling for all these threes, trying to shoot like he's Steph Curry out there, and I get tired of it. I want to see him be a little bit more aggressive, and if he's gonna take those shots, I mean, he has to make them. He has to feel really confident, and I just think that that's just not a good look for Joel right now. Warriors, by the way, have 3 timeouts left, and there's 4:02 to go in the third quarter. It's 8:32 p.m. Eastern Time. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and turn on the notification bell icons, folks. You guys are the absolute best. We do like an old school radio play-by-play style of a call on this channel. Shout out to each and every one of you for being on here, taking time out of your day, and tuning on in. Spread the word. Tell everybody else about this channel. We're really unique. We're one of the only people that does like an old school traditional style. I can't show the games, of course. If I would, I could, but I think that this is a better alternate for the people who can't see the game. It's not a watch party. It's not it's not something like where we're just not as descriptive. We really try to give you everything that's going on. We're sort of the eyes and the ears of this thing. And hopefully we paint a good picture. That's really my goal every single night. Other scores around the NBA. The Boston Celtics lead 81-70 against the Washington Wizards at the Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. Derek White has 25 points. Chris Middleton, who's back for Washington, has 16. There's 6:52 to go in the third quarter of that game. The Jazz are down by 9 to the Brooklyn Nets. Noah Clowney leading the scoring in that game with 16 as they're ready to go on into halftime. The Lakers are up by 10. Austin Reeves just continuing to have a phenomenal season. 14.7 assists in that game, leading the way for the Lakers, and they're ready to go into halftime. And then the Timberwolves are up by 7 against the New Orleans Pelicans. That game is still in the first quarter. So they're ready to go into the second quarter any minute. 51-73 as D'Anthony Melton got an inbound pass and was fouled in the act of shooting by Dominic Barlow. He slapped him on the right wrist, and that's why Melton is at the line. First free throw by D'Anthony. He gets the friendly roll. Hit the back of the rim, then just tailed on inside. Bends his knees. Second free throw good by D'Anthony Melton. Melton played, of course, for the Philadelphia 76ers and was with the Sixers from 2022 up until 2024. So he spent 2 seasons with Philadelphia. McCain is back out there for the Sixers as well as he dribbles with the right hand. 5 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Gives it up over to Justin Edwards. 2 seconds to go. Edwards goes up with an elbow J. He had to force that shot up. That one won't go. Andre Drummond couldn't even jump for the rebound. He was sort of hobbling on that knee. McCain tries to get a steal on the other side, and we have a whistle called. Andre did get up, and he seems to be okay right now. But just wanted to let you know he was not jumping for that rebound. And something looked a little bit awkward there. McCain provides a personal foul, and, well, Golden State is in the bonus now. Therefore, DeAnthony Melton is going to go to the line. 3:25 to go in the third quarter between the Sixers and the Warriors. Jabari Walker will enter back into the game for Dominic Barlow. And the first foul shot's good by Golden State. The second one is also good too. Maxi over on the far elbow. Gets Anthony Melton on him. Maxi now crosses over, spins, turns, goes up with a contested two, and he banked it on in. My goodness. Tyrese Maxey just, again, making some ridiculous shots. Great defense by DeAnthony Melton. You can't play better defense than that. And Maxi just hits him with a turnaround jumper and banked it in off the backboard. And on the other side, we have another shooting foul on Jabari Walker. And we will have some more free throws. This time it'll be Jonathan Kuminga heading over to the line. And Jonathan this year, he's averaging 13 points per game. He's only 23 years old. This is actually his fourth season. He was taken in the 2021 draft by Golden State and was, of course, the 7th overall pick. Misses the first free throw. Can't knock that one down. This year he is a 76% foul shooter. He's shooting 70% throughout his career, though. Last year he averaged about 5 free throws per game. This year it's down to 3.3. That's because he's still coming off the bench. Foul shot number 2. Got it. Didn't get it, but the Sixers are able to celebrate as they get their chicken tenders. The Sixers fans celebrate. They get their chicken tenders, and I believe that now comes with fries because there were two pairs of free throws that were missed in this third quarter. 73-57, Sixers have the ball. McCain catches, puts up a 3, short, rebound by Post. Outlet pass to Jonathan Kuminga on the far right side. Kuminga nearly lost his dribble again. It bounced off his knee, but he picks it up and gets the ball stolen anyways by Drummond. Maxi on a fast break, being the burst of lightning that he is. He's fouled. Got fouled from behind. As soon as Drummond threw it right over to him, everybody knew that Tyrese Maxey was going to beat everybody to the other side of the court, and Buddy Hield did the right thing by fouling him from behind. Golden State has reached the foul limit with 4. And so one more puts them in the bonus, but Maxey is going to get some freebies. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and turn on the bell icons. What's up, Josh? How are you? Whew. Let's go. 74-57. Sixers are up by 19 points. 17 points, excuse me. Couldn't do the math. Now it's 18. All right, so there's Maxi making the second foul shot. Excellent. 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in quarter number 3. Post to Buddy Hield for a catch-and-shoot 3, and he swishes it. He's been a 3-point sniper throughout his whole entire career, ever since he was with the Sacramento Kings. And he still can shoot at a very high volume at this point. Edwards with a bounce pass to Tyrese Maxey. Maxey back to Edwards. Wide open 3. And he knocks it down. Been saying, well, Justin Edwards has the chance to really be a 3-point sniper. And when he's just catching and shooting threes, there is nothing like it. It's just a beauty to watch. 78 points for the Sixers and 60 for the Warriors. 1:40 to go in the third quarter. Seth Curry is out there for Golden State, And Quentin Post gets it knocked loose and nearly stolen by Drummond again. Curry being guarded by Maxi, and now McCain's on him. He zips it down low, and a layup is good by Golden State. That was Pat Spencer, who was on the left side of the lane, able to just float it up and in. McCain on the far wing gives it back to Maxi. Maxi says, I'm going to go down low. Swings it out to Walker. Walker's three. No good. Edwards tries to tip the rebound, and it was last touched by Buddy Hield. It went off of his right hand. And Sixers will still have possession. They'll get a fresh 14. What did my boy say? What did my guy say? My guy says, what's up, JJ? Just got home from work. Made my cocktail and just checking on in. So it's the Tyrese Maxey show tonight, I guess. Still would love to win 2 in a row, no matter how it's done. Maxey steps back. Another three-pointer. No good. And another rebound by Jabari Walker, but he stepped out of bounds, and there's another turnover. He just hit his left foot just barely. His toenail just hit that red chalk. Nothing really that he could do there. Maybe just wait a extra second before he got to the ball, but it was hard to judge if it was going to be marked out of bounds or not because the Sixers touched it last. Anyways, Post on the block, gets past Maxi. Easy money for him. 32.7 seconds to go in this third quarter as the quarter is winding down. It's McCain, Maxi, Edwards, Drummond, and Maxi gets the ball back over at the top of the key, and Jabari Walker. Maxi again tries to go up inside with a shot, and Jabari Walker grabs the offensive rebound, and he's fouled. This guy is hustling. This guy is just buzzing his way down low and making things happen in the post for the Sixers. And they have not been afraid to go to him as a 5. Now, he's not playing at the 5 right now, but there are certainly games where you see him out there for like 4-minute stretches where he's playing at the 5 against smaller lineups. Foul shot number 1 by Jabari Walker is good. He just has 4 points tonight, but 4 rebounds, all in this third quarter, have made a big difference and provided a spark. Dominic Barlow will also step in for Andre Drummond, and he will play at the 5 right now with 13.6 seconds to go in this third. Walker's 1 for 2 from the field, made a 3 earlier in the game, cashes in on both free throws. Excellent. 10 seconds to go in this third quarter. McCain playing defense over DeAnthony Melton, and Melton just beats him right to the rack. And 2.9 seconds left. Maxi tries to put up a three-quarters court shot, and it hit the back of the rim. And we're going to go into the fourth quarter. Sixers lose the quarter 32-24 against the Golden State Warriors. And they just have to try to close this thing out. And they'll look to do so as they go into the fourth. We'll be right back. We're going into the fourth quarter. Philadelphia is up by 14 points against the Golden State Warriors. They did lose that third quarter, but Tyrese Maxey still played really well, and the Sixers are hoping to try to close this thing out with a W. Guys, hit the thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button as well. Again, we do like an old school radio play-by-play style of a call on this channel for the Phillies, the Eagles, and the Sixers games. We also have covered other baseball games too, but we try to keep up with the Sixers and the Eagles as well. 80 points for the Sixers and 66 for the Golden State Warriors. Here's VJ Edgecombe getting trapped in the double team, swings it over to Edwards, and now Barlow operating on the outside, gives it back to Edgecombe. Edgecombe's handling the ball here. Interesting. Justin Edwards again rolling down towards the basket and making the layup. So Justin Edwards was able to finish with the left hand on the left side of the baseline. By the way, Moses Moody is leading the way for Golden State with 14 points. Just wanted to throw that out there. The Sixers lineup right now, it's Quentin Grimes, VJ Edgecombe, Jabari Walker, Justin Edwards, and Andre Drummond. Grimes down low to Walker. Look out below for Jabari. What a play by Grimes, too. Again, it was a 3-on-1 transition play. Sixers provided great defense. VJ Edgecombe snatches his second steal of the game. Horford being guarded by Andre Drummond, gives it back to Buddy Hield. Drummond switches on him, and so Andre Drummond blocks Buddy Hield's three. However, the Warriors get the ball back. Here's a wide-open shot that's up, no good. Grimes tips it over to Buddy Hield, and Buddy Hield makes the layup. Hield got a little bit lucky there because VJ was on him, and VJ just barely mistimed getting that rebound, and it was an unlucky bounce. Now Quentin Grimes gets poked in the eye, and he needs a second. He's looking at Buddy Hield, saying, man, you just poked me there. 10:31 to go in this fourth quarter. Buddy just made a 2. 84-68. Philadelphia still in the driver's seat. Edgecombe on a drive to the basket. Zigzags past the defense, but just cannot finish with the layup. And the Warriors have the momentum now. Al Horford, Guy Santos making his first appearance of the game. Buddy Hield, Pat Spencer, and Moses Moody. That is the 5 players for Golden State. A little roll down the lane, and a shot goes up, and we have a foul called on Jabari Walker. And it looks like Pat Spencer is going to get up and go to the line. VJ Edgecombe committed the shooting foul. And we'll have some free throws coming on up. What is up, chat? What's up, chat? Lydia says, let's go 76ers. Let's go. Let's go. Got the Sixers on mute. Got Thursday Night Football on mute, and got JJ running the show. Go Sixers and go Lions. 84-69, Sixers are up by 15 points. Just do not collapse in this fourth quarter. Free throw number 2 by Pat Spencer is good. Again, surprised that there's no Jared McKean out there for the 76ers. Edgecombe has been dribbling the ball. They've been having him as the primary ball handler. Andre Drummond swings it outside to Quentin Grimes. There's 5 seconds left on the shot clock, and we have another whistle called against Golden State. It's a region foul called. And Grimes gets fouled for the second time in this fourth quarter. To me, the whole thing, though, just doesn't make sense because Quentin Grimes is just not, like, the best ball handler. And to me, like, you gotta have at least Maxi, like one or the other, Maxi or McKean out there as Grimes turns it over, gets called for a travel, and the Sixers got to get back on defense. 84-70 is the score. Pat Spencer on the outside at the top of the key swings it over to Moses Moody, And now Horford back over to Pat Spencer, and the layup is up, and it's good, wide open. And a timeout is called by Nick Nurse. With 9:12 to go, Golden State not done yet. It's a 6-4 run by the Warriors. And they'll be back. I didn't like the lineup to start with. I did not like the lineup to start with, and it doesn't make sense having VJ Edgecombe as your primary ball handler. Just doesn't. Even when Grimes has to be a primary facilitator, that's just not his role. He can make good plays, but he plays so fast, and that's either great to give you a little bit of a spark, but it can also be a disaster. All right. They've gotten outscored in the second half, 38-28. And again, there's still 9 minutes and 12 seconds left to go in this game. Cheryl says, where is everyone at, Warriors? Steph Curry is hurt, and Jimmy Butler is out with a knee injury. Curry's injury is a left quadriceps contusion, and Jimmy Butler has left knee soreness. So that's what they said. Coming on into tonight, actually, Jonathan Kuminga was questionable with a right ankle soreness, and Trace Jackson Davis was questionable too with right knee patellar tendonitis. Crazy. We are now 35 subscribers away from getting to 8,200 subscribers. 35 more. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, too. Sixers play tomorrow night. It's a traveling back-to-back. They will head to Milwaukee after this game is done. Giannis will not play tomorrow. He's listed as out. And you probably would assume that Joel Embiid is not going to play tomorrow either, and that Paul George will play. Excuse me. Justin Edwards will take a seat, and Tyrese Maxey steps back in for him. Dominic Barlow will also re-enter for the Sixers. And Jabari Walker is now on the bench. Barlow dumps it off over to Quentin Grimes at the logo. Sixers go from right to left. Maxi to Grimes downhill, goes up with a shot. It's blocked by Al Horford, and he gets the steal as well. I don't know how he kept his balance there, but he did. Maxi deflects the ball, and he thought that he got pushed as he tried to intercept the basketball, and he gets helped up by Dominic Barlow. Again, with the way that he's just able to read where the ball is going, he's just able to get out in front and try to just poke those passes. That's made him into a better transition defensive player. Maxi puts his hands up over on defense, and they give it over to Guy Santos, who drives it down low, kicks it out to Horford for a three. No. And VJ Edgecombe gets the rebound. Here come the Sixers off to the races. Maxi, Euro step inside. Can't get it to go as he goes tumbling towards the deck. Got to get back up. Buddy Hield on the baseline. Zips it outside to Al Horford for a catch-and-shoot three, and that one's too short. Al Horford tonight, 1 for 7 from downtown, and 7 of his field goal attempts have been from three-point range. The Warriors can't buy another bucket. Dominic Barlow swats the ball away from Buddy Hield, who got the rebound off of a missed three by DeAnthony Melton. Grimes over on the left side, crosses over again, gives it up to Edgecombe for a three, and that one's way off. VJ is 2 for 5 from beyond the arc. Buddy Hield catches a home run pass and is able to convert on a layup from DeAnthony Melton, and now it's a 10-point game. Sixers were up at one point by 20 in this game, and now it's down to 10 with 7:43 remaining. Barlow on the drive to the basket. Stops down low, and we have a foul on Guy Santos. He thought maybe that they were going to call. He was looking at the referee, and he was looking for a 3-second violation. And he was not going to get it. We have another substitution for Golden State. Al Horford will take a seat, and Quentin Post is going to step back in. Tyrese Maxey is 31 points. Buddy Hield is going on over to the bench as Steve Kerr puts his right hand over his shoulder. And Will Richard will enter back in for Buddy. Sixers have only committed 1 foul. Golden State has committed 2. Jared McKean will also come in for VJ. Not really a good fourth quarter by Edgecombe. We'll see if this Jared McKean move works. Maxey looking to find McKean, operating the offense, dribbling with the right hand, and he throws it away. It's supposed to go to Quentin Grimes, and D'Anthony Melton sticks his hand in the cookie jar, and now it's an 8-point game. 7 minutes and 30 seconds to go in this fourth quarter. McKean gets the inbound pass from Tyrese Maxey. Sixers go to a small guard lineup, and McKean lost the ball, and we have a turnover as it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Jared McKean, and the Sixers, I think, are going to challenge this with 7:19 to go. So we'll see over on that side. As Jared McKean got past half court, he was trapped by 2 Warriors defenders, and the ball got knocked out of his hands. The question is, did Jared McKean touch it last? And the Sixers feel very definitive about this. That's a tough call. They just showed one replay. And we'll see what happens as they go to a commercial break. A 10-4 run by the Warriors. They're just melting down. That's it. The Warriors only put up 10 points in the first quarter. You were on a 20-0 run. Now it's an 8-point game. How about that? That's how basketball goes sometimes. Oh, man. As soon as they bring in Jared McKean in that fourth quarter, he turns the ball over twice. Too bad. All right, let's check in on some of these other games. Tell you what, Boston, Jaylen Brown has been playing spectacular. It's a 127-91 game with 8:14 to go in the fourth quarter. Jaylen Brown, I don't even think is playing in this game. No. He's not even playing. Derek White has 30 points. Jordan Walsh is 22. Peyton Pritchard is 17. Oh, by the way, he's like 2 for 8 from 3. Anthony Simons off the bench, 4 for 6 from downtown. And making a big impact. 127-91 is the score between Boston and Washington. It's a 65-59 game. Brooklyn winning against the Utah Jazz. They're in the third quarter with 8:47 remaining. The Lakers are up by 3. There's 7:51 to go in that game as the third quarter. It's not even halfway done. And then it's a 55-54 score out in New Orleans. So the Sixers, do they win their challenge? Do they win their challenge is the question. 84-76 with 7:19 to go. They just got back from a timeout. And on the scoreboard, Sixers, okay, so they lost their challenge. Quentin Post with a wide-open three for Golden State, and now it's a 5-point game. Post knocks it down. And the Sixers have got to stop the bleeding. It's a 13-0 run by the Golden State Warriors. Maxi bounces it to Grimes. Grimes to McCain. His three, he misfires it. Offensive rebound by Dominic Barlow, and a little tug between two Warriors players and Dominic Barlow. That was Melton. Santos got a hand on it too, and Dominic Barlow. And we have a jump ball signaled. Again, just the aggressiveness by Dominic Barlow, fighting for the loose balls and just trying to give it his all out there, lay everything on the court. The hustle is what has really been impressive from him. Barlow tips it, and he ends up getting the ball. It went out of the hands of Guy Santos, and Dominic Barlow was able to take it right on back. Grimes, baseline J. In and out again. And the Sixers just cannot put an end to the madness. Melton gets space. Hands it back over to Patrick Spencer. Then we have another three-pointer that's up and good. Oh, my gosh. 84-81. It's now a three-point game with 6:13 to go. And the Sixers' offense has gone shivering ice cold. Gosh. Maxi at the top of the key. No-look bounce pass over to McCain. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. McCain gets fouled by DeAnthony Melton. It was a personal foul. They've gotten outscored in this second half 47-28. And they just have not been able to provide any sort of answers. Man. And I'm really surprised that Maxi facilitated there. At this point, you're going to have to get him on offense. And then Bona is also going to step in for the very first time. Maxi on the far elbow puts up a 2. No. Bona puts it back up, and he puts it on in. Adem Bona making a big play, finally putting an end to the madness. 86-81. And we have a turnover on the other side. Quentin Post lost the ball. And the Warriors, I think, are going to challenge this play. As a timeout is taken with 5:34 to go. Buddy Hield just entered on in for DeAnthony Melton. And then Golden State just lost the ball. But we will have a stoppage in play. I'm going to take one more step off. Okay, this is my last time taking the step off. And I will see you in just a couple of seconds. All right, so the Warriors still have possession. They just won their challenge. 86-81 is the score. 3 seconds left on the shot clock, and the floater is up, and a foul called on Adem Bona. That's the one bad thing, or was it on Grimes? Bona and Grimes were there. There was some contact, though, and we are going to have some free throws. It was on Quentin Grimes. I saw contact from Bona, and then just a little poke from Quentin Grimes, but clearly there was more to it, according to the refs. 5:22 to go in the fourth quarter. The first foul shot is good by Pat Spencer. And the Warriors can make it a one-possession game on this next free throw. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and turn on the bell icons. Foul shot number 2, that's good. And it's a 3-point game. Sixers need a bucket here. McCain operating with the ball. Remember, there's no Joel Embiid out there right now. McCain provides a nice pass to Grimes out in transition, and Grimes ends up making the layup. They were playing full court press all over Jared McCain. 88-83. Healed at the top of the key, dribbling with the left hand, finishing through hard contact. No foul called, but he got the layup to go. Barlow inbounds it over to Jared McCain. Less than 5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter, and the Sixers are looking to try to close the deal. McCain from the foul line, launching a 2, got it. 90-85, 4:38 left remaining in this fourth quarter. Spencer at the top of the key, left wide open. Defense fell asleep, and he makes them pay. That was a 3 from the top of the key, and now it's down to a 2-point game. Both teams exchanging buckets. Grimes kicks it out to Dominic Barlow. Barlow spins, almost threw it away to Jared McCain, but he gets it back. McCain to Barlow again with a floater, no, and the rebound belongs to Buddy Hield. 4 minutes to go. Hield for 3 for the lead. In and out it goes. And we have some contact down low. Sixers ball. All right. And they will get it back. That was a loose ball foul called on Guy Santos. Pat Spencer was at the top of the key. Bona was not even thinking about him. And Pat Spencer made him pay. That's what happened just a couple of seconds ago. It's a 90-88 game. Sixers still have the lead. Maxi at the elbow goes up with a 2. Got it! Tyrese Maxey adding on to his scoring that he has provided today. I believe that those are his first 2 points, though, of the fourth quarter. Santos on the drive to the basket. Kicks it out to Spencer at the elbow. Spencer outside to Santos again. His 3 won't go again. And a rebound that goes to Jared McCain. McCain throws it off of a shoe, but it's going to be Warriors ball. Here's Post for a 3 off of an inbound pass, and he got it. It's now 92-91 with 3:10 to go. Sixers not playing good defense, but they are scoring on the other side. Both teams just exchanging buckets. Maxi crosses over again. Steps back, lets it fly, and he can't hit it. It was not a good shot there by Tyrese Maxey. 2:52 to go in the fourth quarter. Spencer again at the elbow. Back to Post at the top of the key. What are the Sixers doing? They're not playing good defense. Here's Golden State for the lead, and they get it. Guy Santos puts Golden State up by 1, and they have their first lead of the game with 2.5 minutes to go. How about that? Grimes for 3. That's way too strong. And rebounded by Golden State yet again. They had plenty of time to go up with a shot there. I don't know what he's doing, shooting with 18 seconds left on the shot clock. Just doesn't make any sense. 2:10 to go in the fourth quarter, and Warriors have all the momentum on their side. Post with another 3 again, no. And finally, well, there's a whistle called. I didn't think that they were going to call a whistle on Philadelphia, but they are. It's on Tyrese Maxey. Loose ball foul on him. 93-92. The Sixers only have 12 points in this fourth quarter. Just 12. Embiid's not playing. Played 25 minutes tonight, and his night is done. Jared McCain is also going to take a seat. 2 minutes left in this fourth quarter. Spencer at the top of the key. Dumps it off to Buddy Hield yet again. And down low is Santos, and Santos hits a layup. And now it's 95-92. About a minute 45 to go in the fourth quarter. And Tyrese Maxey and the 76ers have their backs against the wall. Maxi at the top of the key. Gives it over to VJ. VJ back to Maxi, who spins, turns, and finishes with a tough layup inside. And Philadelphia back down by 1, 95-94. Got to play defense here. 1:30 left. Defense! Spencer rolling around the screen. Getting past to Dembona. And Santos dumps it inside the Quentin post yet again. And another three by Pat Spencer. He's feeling it. 98-94. Pat Spencer trying to close the deal with 1:12 left in this game as the Sixers collapse continues. Oh, gosh. Bona played solid defense, too, that time, and he is just lighting it up from downtown. He has the Midas touch. Gosh, he has been having himself quite a fourth quarter, Pat Spencer. Oh, my gosh. It's never easy. Never an easy game with this team. I said that they cannot fall asleep at the wheel, and clearly they have. They just cannot wake up. Maxi puts up 32 points in the first, he puts up 30 points in the first three quarters, 31 points, and he just got his second bucket there. How come he's not shooting the ball more? And then Quentin Grimes goes up with a shot with like 20 seconds left on the shot clock. I don't know what he's doing. Guy Santos, as soon as he came on in during the fourth quarter, his plus minus, he's at a plus 18. And Pat Spencer, 23 minutes, 16 points off the bench. He's a plus 22. Those two guys have made the biggest difference in this game. And the Sixers just have not been able to solve them. 98-94, Sixers will inbound it. They have one timeout left. VJ Edgecombe has to get it off. He gives it over to Quentin Grimes down low on the baseline. Puts up a 2 and 1. Good finish by Quentin Grimes that time. He was being aggressive, and he'll go to the line for one more. Gosh, we got a dogfight. 1:10 left in the fourth quarter. Grimes was driving on the baseline, just was able to angle it perfectly, initiate the contact from Santos, and he can make a free throw here and make it a 1-point deficit. And we'll see. The shot's up, and it's good. Excellent. 98-97, 68 seconds to go. Melton operating at the top of the key. Maxi tries to stay on him. Now they get the switch, and it's a Dembona that's guarding him. They'll give it back over to Quentin Grimes. Edgecombe gets the switch over Melton. Melton down low on the paint. Zips it outside the Quentin post, and we have a turnover called. 51 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. He got called for a travel. And Sixers have the ball. With 51 seconds left to go exactly. Good defense by Dembona. Yep, he was moving. Maxi, all eyes on him at the top of the key. Rolling down low, goes up with a floater inside. Oh, he couldn't get it. But there's a whistle called on Golden State at the last second, and they're going to call a loose ball foul. 40.9 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. They call a foul against the Golden State Warriors. It's Guy Santos. Sixers rebound. Oh, boy. No spoilers in the chat. And that, by the way, puts the Sixers in the bonus. They got a gift right there. Bona is at the line. He's not a good foul shooter. The first one he misses. Has to make this one to tie the game. 2 points for Dembona. He's 0 for 1 from the line. He's a very poor foul shooter. Can he at least tie the game? The second free throw is up by Bona, and that one is no good either, but it's tipped by Barlow, and it goes to VJ Edgecombe's hands, and a fight for the loose ball on the ground, and I believe that we're going to have a jump ball. Oh my goodness, Dominic Barlow again doing it on the offensive glass. Gosh, no one can box that guy out. He's just had such a great game. And he was able to tip it back to VJ Edgecombe. And Edgecombe was fighting for the ball with DeAnthony Melton. And this is a big jump ball here. Sixers down by 1. 36 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Edgecombe tips it, and it goes into the hands of Quentin Post. But there's another foul called. Or is it a timeout? It's a timeout taken by Golden State. Excuse me. I saw a whistle, and they just signaled timeouts. Darn it. 33.9 seconds to go. And if you're the Sixers here, you cannot foul. You cannot foul. Just got to get rebounds. Pat Spencer, 16 points, and a lot of his points have come in the guts of the game. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. And make sure that you guys turn on the bell icons, man. And that way you know when we do go live. This is absolute insanity. This is JC. The fight is on. My man's a Warriors fan. DE is here. What's up, DE? How are you, my friend? I forgot about you being a Warriors fan. Yeah. It's good to see you, my guy. My guy comes on here for the baseball content. It's good to see you, dude. All right, 98-97. Call it a timeout. It's never easy with this team. 35 points for Tyrese Maxey. And Quentin Grimes just has 12. Nobody else has stepped up. 98-97. Warriors still have one timeout left, but they get to advance the ball. Looks like Santos will inbound it. And he gets the ball. All right, so Santos looking to inbound it in the backcourt. Anthony Melton has it. Do not foul here if you're the Sixers. Melton over at the logo. Crosses over a couple of times. Looking for Post to come up with a screen. Then he does. Melton on the right side now. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. He's still at the top of the key. And Melton drives it down the lane, goes up with a layup inside, can't finish it, and it is last touched by Golden State, and it'll be Sixers ball. 14.2 seconds left to go. Are the Sixers going to call a timeout? Well, or is Golden State going to challenge this? I don't know. They were looking for a signal on the bench, and I think that Golden State is going to challenge this. They will. The Sixers looked like they were about ready to play on before that challenge signal was called. Oof. And they will take a look at this to see if Bona touched it last or not. And they cut to a break. Another dogfight for the Philadelphia 76ers. The fight is on. Driving home, listening on in, says D. Big shout out to you, man. This is a big call. This is a huge call. Steve Kerr is challenging an out-of-bounds call with 14.2 seconds left, and the Warriors are ahead by 1 point. Sixers had a big lead. They went on a 20-0 run. Golden State only had 10 points in the first quarter, and they lead it by 1. And they're still looking at this play. The referees have their headsets on. Really, the question is, did Barlow or Edgecombe touch it last? Or was it Guy Santos? There were 2 Sixers players there. And whose hand did it go off of? It was initially ruled Sixers basketball. I don't know if Golden State has enough conclusive evidence to overturn this call. From this angle, it looks like it's off of VJ's hand. Gosh. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and turn on the bell icons. It is going to be Golden State ball. Wow. So the call was overturned. They keep their timeout too. They're showing a replay again. I think that, yeah, from that angle, it did look like it was off of VJ's hand. You really have to, like, zoom on into it. It's a game of inches, man. So Golden State will get it. 14.2 seconds left in this fourth quarter. And they'll inbound it from their side of the court. All right. Spencer's going to inbound it over to Quentin Post. Now the Sixers have got a foul, and they ended up giving it over to Buddy Hield. And Buddy Hield is fouled with 11.2 seconds left. Should have just tried to foul Post. Sixers did have a foul to give, though. That is the good news. But they took like 3 seconds off the clock. Another inbound will be from Pat Spencer. Spencer is going to... Golden State's going to signal for a timeout. Sixers did a good job at blocking the passing lanes, and Golden State will call its final timeouts with 11.2 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And Steve Kerr is going to draw up a play. Nick Nurse not so happy over on the sidelines. There's a lot to break down after this game. There's a lot of things to talk about with this Sixers team tonight, and I want to make sure that we go over everything during the postgame show. So make sure that you guys stay on for that. Refs insisted that the entire ball was. That's the football game. Okay. 98-97. Golden State up by 1. They just burned their final timeout after winning a challenge. Nick Nurse not even holding a clipboard. I think it's Davey Yeager that's holding the clipboard. Weird. Sixers are in the bonus. They did have a foul to give, and they decided to do that. So Warriors have no timeouts left. They will inbound it with Pat Spencer again. Maxi will be guarding the inbound pass from the near sideline. Spencer looking to try to give it up to somebody, and he gives it up to Post, but he lost the ball. Nope, there's a foul called. He sort of lost it for a second, but they signal for a foul with 10.1 seconds to go. The ball was out of his hands, and then there was a very late signal for a foul. Edgecombe, was there slight contact with Edgecombe and Post? Ever so slightly, but I don't know. Got a little tangled up with him, but I didn't really see much there. Sixers are going to challenge this. I don't know if that's a foul. So another challenge by the 76ers. If they lose this challenge, both teams are down to no timeouts. So the call was initially ruled as a foul. Edgecombe got his hand on the ball, but made maybe some slight contact with Quentin Post's hair. Was there any... I don't know. There was a little bit of contact, but I didn't really think it was much for a foul. .1 seconds to go. Golden State up by 1. Let's see what the verdict is. It's a successful challenge for Philadelphia, but the ball got deflected, and it's still going to be Golden State ball. So the Sixers still have a timeout left. Weird stuff. So now that gives Golden State is going to inbound it from half court on the far side towards the scorer's table. Spencer throws it, and it's intercepted by VJ Edgecombe. 8.2 seconds left, and we have a timeout signaled by Nick Nurse. Oh, my goodness. Dominic Barlow also was on the ground, too, trying to fight for that ball. 8.2 seconds left, and the Sixers have a chance to take the lead. Spencer threw it. The ball got deflected by VJ, and he got to the ball. He did. He got there, right to it. And Nick Nurse signaled for a timeout. That was a heck of an effort by VJ Edgecombe. Telling you, man, he's a really good defensive player. Wow, that's his third takeaway, VJ. Let's go, baby. 8.2 seconds left. And each team is now out of timeouts. That's a steal. Let's go. Come on, steal it. Steal it with a win. No timeouts left for either team. Golden State obviously cannot foul. Edgecombe is ready to inbound the ball. Here we go. He gets it. He has to inbound it. He gives it off to Maxi. And 7 seconds to go. Maxi at the top of the key. Driving down low. Puts up an elbow J. Puts it up. Won't go. The tip backs up and it's good. 99-98. Full court passes up. And the layup is up and it's rejected on the other side. Sixers win. What a play. How did they do it? I don't know. Adon Bono with a chase down block on the other side. And the Sixers hang on. And they win 99-98. What a miracle by Philadelphia. It came down to the wire, and the Sixers were able to win. Wow. The ball got tipped up by VJ Edgecombe. And on the other side, was that Maxi that got the swat? My gosh. Let's go. Tyrese Maxey just swatted the ball away. What a game. I had to stop it for a second because I was looking to see if there was any sort of review or anything. But wow, what a win by the 76ers. We're going to play the song again. Let's go. What a game. VJ Edgecombe. Let's go. Let's go. What a stunner. Tyrese Maxey got a hand on DeAnthony Melton's layup. That's insane. That is crazy. What a finish. That's crazy, man. What a game. What an effort at the end. I'll tell you what. This game, the Sixers did not really deserve to win this game. And just the turnovers at the end by Golden State were bad. And the Sixers found a way to sneak this one out. I don't know how. That full court pass, too, was an awesome pass to DeAnthony Melton. I thought maybe he was going to get it off. And Tyrese had chase down block on the other side. Let's go. Oh, my goodness. What a game. If that doesn't get you fired up, if you're a Sixers fan, I don't know what does. That was quite a win. And they were able to hang on. This game was bizarre. I need a minute to just process everything that just happened. VJ Edgecombe's steal was absolutely clutch. He got his hand on that ball. I thought that the Sixers played A-plus defense down that stretch. You could not have asked for any better defense. And I'm telling you straight up again, Tyrese Maxey, his defense has been really, really strong. And I'm tired of people not talking about it. It deserves all the flowers. That's literally what won you this game. You needed every single defensive stop at the end, and the Sixers provided that for you. After they were collapsing, things were going really downhill. Pat Spencer is hitting shots like he's Steph Curry. He's the ghost of Steph Curry out there, and he's making these ridiculous shots. The Sixers found a way to sneak this one out. It's just insane. It's absolutely wild. And they hang on and they win. Give me about 3 minutes just to gather my thoughts, just so that way we can talk more about this. But what a win by the Sixers, and that was really impressive with the circumstances that were coming down to the wire. Just incredible stuff. I thought maybe Bona was down there. I was looking really quickly, but it was Tyrese Maxey that got the chase down block, and he got hugged by everybody, including Joel Embiid and Adem Bona. Awesome, awesome stuff. All right, give me a couple of minutes. I will see you very soon. We'll have a post-game show. We'll be taking phone calls as well. A lot to break down after that crazy win by the 76ers. See you soon.
graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on, barreled out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Are you for real? The Philadelphia 76ers were collapsing in front of everybody after they were up at one point in this game by over 20 points. And the Golden State Warriors just come back in the fourth quarter. The Sixers shooting goes ice cold, and yet the Sixers find a way to sneak one out. They were down 98-97, and Tyrese Maxey goes up with a shot inside. On the final possession, VJ Edgecombe tips it in with 9/10 of a second to go. Golden State has no timeouts. They make a full court pass to DeAnthony Melton, and Tyrese Maxey comes up with a chase down block with 2/10 of a second to go to save the game. I mean, crazy stuff. A crazy sequence of things that happened at the very end. And I want to break everything down, and I want to talk all about the good, the bad, and the ugly. It was just such a roller coaster of a second half, but wow. This was a team effort, and they were able to get the W, and at this point, a win is a win, and I'm very proud of VJ Edgecombe with the way that he played within the last couple of minutes. This guy's defense is absolutely spectacular, and he made huge plays. Dominic Barlow, big offensive rebounds by him. He played with a lot of grit. I think that that's the one word that I would say to describe this game, is that the Sixers didn't even let the moment get too big for them at the end, and they were able to steal this one because of their grit and because of how well that they played on defense. They had to be perfect with about a minute 12 seconds left, and they put up 5 points, and they held the Warriors scoreless from that moment on. Crazy game. Really wild stuff. And there's a lot of things to break down, but we're feeling high off of a win like this. But yes, we will talk everything about this game. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button. We will be taking phone calls in just a little bit. But yes, so let's go. Let's go back to the 2-minute marker of this game. So Golden State is up by 1 point. They take the lead. Guy Santos gives them a layup off of an assist by Quentin Post, 93-92, with about 2.5 minutes to go. Grimes takes this three with 2:26 to go in the game. I don't understand why he's pulling up with 19 seconds left on the shot clock. It was clearly not a good look. The Sixers were chucking up a lot of threes in that fourth quarter, and it just made your eyes bleed. It was not fun to watch. And Quentin Grimes had a couple of those possessions where he gets the ball, he goes up towards the top of the key, and without even hesitating to pass, he just shoots the ball. And look, I love the confidence from Quentin Grimes, but you got to be smart. You can't play reckless there. You got to be wise, and you got to be aggressive. And so he took a bad three. Santos got the rebound, and then Quentin Post missed a three, and Tyrese gets called for this loose ball foul. That was a bad play by Tyrese, and then Guy Santos hits a layup. It's now 95-92. Maxi then drives for a layup. That was his second bucket of the quarter. This guy was not being aggressive down low within the last 3 minutes until it finally got down to the 1.5 minute marker, I felt like. But he finally was aggressive, made it a 1-point deficit, and then Pat Spencer just hits this huge three. Great defense by the Sixers. Just an incredible shot, looking like he's Steph Curry. So the Sixers call a timeout with 1:12 to go. Grimes ends up making a layup, and that was actually a big layup there as VJ Edgecombe got the assist. And so now it's 98-96. And that was also an and one, too. So he went to the line for one more, and that I thought was a big bucket that the Sixers needed. And then Golden State can't put the Sixers away. DeAnthony Melton travels. He picks up his pivot foot, and the Sixers get the ball back. And Tyrese goes up with a weird floater that I don't know why he released it that soon. I thought that he could have just taken the layup, but he goes up with a floater instead. Sixers get the rebound, and Pat Spencer gets a loose ball foul and fouls Adembona. And Adembona is just not a good free throw shooter, misses both free throws, and freaking Dominic Barlow. I know that the Sixers ended up not getting the possession from this, but Dominic Barlow, just pure effort, pure strength, pure athleticism, tips the ball, and it ends up being a jump ball between DeAnthony Melton and VJ Edgecombe. And unfortunately, the Sixers lost that jump ball, and VJ Edgecombe ended up turning it over, and then Golden State called a timeout. So then Golden State, for some reason, decides to put Guy Santos back in there for Al Horford. And I thought, from a Golden State move, that was a bad decision. But DeAnthony Melton misses a layup, and then the Warriors challenge, because initially the ball was ruled that it was Sixers' ball, and it was last touched by Golden State. So they end up winning their challenge with 14 seconds left. Seth Curry now comes on in, and Quentin Grimes takes about 3 seconds off the clock. The Sixers take 3 seconds off. They can't foul immediately. They have a foul to give, and they foul. And they take 3 seconds off. I thought that was a little bit late. So then the Warriors take a timeout. And then Grimes turned the ball over. Sixers had a coach's challenge again, and the call was overturned. But the Golden State still had the ball. I really thought that I thought that was the play where VJ Edgecombe stuck his hand in the cookie jar. And they called a foul on him, but whatever. So then, with 8.2 seconds left, Golden State inbounds it again, and Pat Spencer gets it intercepted by VJ Edgecombe. A clean steal. Really good hands by VJ Edgecombe there to get the steal off the inbound pass. And Nick Nurse signaled for the timeout. I was so happy that he got the timeout that time, because that could have been jump ball if the refs didn't see him make that timeout call. So then with 8 seconds to go, DeAnthony Melton is playing defense on Tyrese Maxey. Maxey gets a hand in his face. Melton blocks his shot, and we're thinking that's it. VJ freaking Edgecombe stays with the play, grabs the rebound, and is able to, just by the skin of his teeth, put it up and in to give the Sixers the lead. And then I think it was Guy Santos. Again, this is all happening within the blink of an eye. There's no timeouts left for either team at this point, with 0.9 of a second to go. A full court pass. Really, it was a 3/4 court pass to DeAnthony Melton. And here comes Tyrese Maxey from behind, chasing him down, swatting that ball away. It was not a goaltend. This guy just comes out of nowhere, and he just swats that ball, hits the backboard, ball game over. I mean, my goodness. Just what an effort. Good job by the Sixers to capitalize at the very end, and I feel very happy with this win. I do. I will get to the bad, and I will talk about the things that ended up going wrong. Again, I'm very confused as to why Quentin Grimes was taking shots early on in the shot clock in the fourth quarter with like 2.5 minutes to go. And some of the selection, some of the play calling was so bad. The lineups in the fourth quarter, yes, we're going to get to all of that. But still, overall, I have to take the positive out of this, which is that the Sixers fought in this game. They laid everything out there at the end, and they stole this. But they had every right to steal it. They did. It wasn't like it was given to them. They fought hard. And I give them a lot of kudos for that. In regards to the whole game in general, I want to talk about Tyrese Maxey. The first 3 quarters, he was absolutely spectacular. And then in the fourth quarter, for some reason, he just kept deferring, and I felt like that he was taking some bad shots. There was one elbow jumper that he took in the fourth quarter where I'm thinking, what is he doing? It's a bad look. He's getting guarded very well, and there was more time left on the shot clock, and I thought that I wanted him to take it to the cup. I wanted him to be aggressive there, and he was not going to be aggressive. So there were frustrating moments from Tyrese, but this is also what happens when other guys can't step up. Tyrese Maxey had 35 points, and you're telling me that Quentin Grimes and Joel Embiid are second in command with 12. So this guy is carrying this team. And they just beat the Warriors by the skin of their teeth because of his block and because of VJ Edgecombe's heroics. Yeah. Dominic Barlow, sensational today. I know that he had 6 points. He was grabbing rebounds left and right, and you do not win this game without Dominic Barlow's effort on the glass. Period. Exclamation point. Signed on the dotted line. 3 blocks, 1 steal, only turned the ball over once. His effort on the glass was phenomenal, and I love watching this guy go out there and hustle. He really is just playing such high-volume minutes now. He's playing 35 minutes. If you were to tell me in the offseason that the Philadelphia 76ers have a power forward that can rebound the ball and play really good defense, I would have called you crazy. Dominic Barlow might actually be the best two-way player that the Sixers have had in recent history. Jabari Walker off the bench. Had a couple of nice rebounds. I thought that when he came on in during his first stint in the first quarter, he made a big-time 3. He had a couple turnovers, though, that weren't so good. But, yeah, it was really something to see. Jared McCain in this game, I thought when he came back in during the fourth quarter, he had some bad plays. He turned the ball over twice as soon as he came back in, and I really wanted him to go out there and be more aggressive. I thought that it was a shame that Nick Nurse didn't have him starting in the fourth quarter. For some reason, he loves going to Quentin Grimes and VJ Edgecombe, and I'm really sorry, and I have to keep banging on this drum. VJ, when he's handling the ball, that's just not his game. He is a slasher. He's a scorer, right? He needs to be aggressive. He needs to go down the lane. He can't get cute with the basketball. That's just not a part of his game, especially right now. And Quentin Grimes gets so reckless with the ball. If anybody is going to be out there with either of those guys, you need to have either Maxi out there or Jared McCain, and preferably, in my opinion, Jared McCain. I will just continue to say that. So that lineup in the fourth quarter to start off was atrocious, and VJ made some really bad decisions early on in that fourth quarter, and you just didn't have a ball handler. Yeah, I'm all over the place. Yes. I'm going through a lot of emotions right now. But how can you not? You know what's funny? Draymond Green only played 9 minutes in this game. I know that he left with the injury. He left with a right foot injury. But I wonder if Draymond ends up playing, if the Sixers end up winning this game. If he plays more than, if he plays like 25, 30 minutes. That was a big loss for Golden State. They're getting banged up. But, yeah, I don't know. Joel Embiid. We'll go to him next. Embiid tonight in the first quarter I thought looked good. Then he got tired. He looked very flat when the second quarter came. Felt like that he was gassed. Settled for way too many threes. Went 0 for 6. Quentin Grimes went 0 for 5. Both of them combined 0 for 11 from three-point range. It was not a good shooting night for Joel, even though I liked the baseline jumper that he took in the very beginning, and I thought that he was getting active on the glass, and I thought that his play in the very beginning was really one of the main reasons why the Sixers were making a statement. And then Tyrese Maxey is just putting up ridiculous numbers in the first half, and it looks like he's out there to get 60 points tonight. I actually really thought that Tyrese was going to go for 60 with the way that he was playing in that first half. Being very aggressive, finishing really strong with the offhand. Again, hitting these step-back jump. He had one jump shot that he hit tonight with a defender in his, it was D'Anthony Melton in his grill at the foul line, and he just was able to just get a little bit of a push-off, and he just was able to hit a high-arcing foul line jumper to swish it over D'Anthony Melton. Pure skill. By the way, we talk about Tyrese Maxey highlights, and we talk about, well, that shot that he hit against the New York Knicks in the playoffs was iconic. I'll tell you, this block that he had to end the game, right now, that might be one of the top. That's the top defensive play of his career. That's by far the best defensive play of his career. His defense has been on another level now. I'm watching this guy just out in transition. When the ball is coming his way, he's able to just cut in front of offensive players, and he's just able to tip it. Or he'll catch the ball and he'll get the steal and then just beat everybody. Like, this guy just runs. He is so fast. He has such quick energy on the defensive side. And that's a game changer too. That's another element of his game that he has worked on in the offseason. His ball defense, like just those little things are adding up to his game. It's great. Let's go to the third quarter. By the way, Tyrese Maxey outscored the Warriors 12-10 in that first half. And the Sixers went on a 20-0 run against the Warriors. They played so well in that first quarter. They played so well in that first half. It was their best half that they've played all year. What happens in the third? The third quarter comes, and it just feels like that the Sixers are relying on Tyrese Maxey, and Maxey is continuing to show his dominance, right? He hits a 27-foot three. He scores the first, he scores 2 threes in a row, and then he hits another one with 8:06 left. This guy is just feeling it. He was like 3 for his first 3 from downtown, and the Sixers are up by 24 at that moment in time with 8:06 left. And then what ends up happening is that he got a little bit careless with the ball. Got a little bit, I don't know. he was making some bad passes, bad decisions. He had one little lob pass down low to Joel for some reason, and that ended up not being good. And that resulted in a turnover from Moses Moody. He also had another careless mistake where Maxi, again, threw the ball away. VJ Edgecombe also had a bad pass, and Pajemski ended up getting another steal. And now, all of a sudden, it's an 18-point game. So then we're going down. The Sixers, neither team can, by the way, buy a field goal. D'Anthony Melton hits one with 5:50 left, and then the next time that a team scores, it's D'Anthony Melton who makes 2 free throws in a row with 3:57 to go. But the next field goal that was the next field goal that was made was Tyrese Maxey's layup with 3:05 left, and then we just got, and then we're just fouling the Warriors. They're being more aggressive. And they find a way to stay afloat. They make a nice little big drive at the end. Pat Spencer makes a nice little layup. Buddy Hield makes a 3. And Quentin Post also made a dunk to cut the deficit to 14. And that's how we go on into the fourth quarter. And then the fourth quarter collapse happens. The third quarter becomes the fourth quarter. Again, you're starting no ball handler out there. Nobody that can just be a floor general or that can take control of the basketball, and they're giving up easy shots. Justin Edwards made a layup, and Jabari Walker made a dunk, but then, it takes like 3.5 minutes for Tyrese Maxey and Jared McCain to come on in, and Buddy Hield is just getting past everybody on defense. And the Sixers looked a little bit slow. D'Anthony Melton made a 2, Quentin Post had a wide-open 3, and the Sixers don't call a timeout until it's a 3-point game. Actually, no, the Warriors called a timeout with 5:34 left, and it was a 5-point game at the time. So, I don't know. The defense started to collapse. Jared McCain was making turnovers as soon as he got on in, and it just looked like it was going to be another nightmare of a game where the Sixers build up a nice big lead where you should just feel comfortable, you should feel good, and then Golden State comes back because the Sixers are playing very sloppy. But they found a way to hang on because Golden State gave it back to the Sixers, but the Sixers deserved to get it back from them with the way that they played defense. And they did not give up. They showed heart. They showed fight at the end. Usually, after a game like this, I'm not feeling so happy. But with how they scratched and clawed at the end, Dominic Barlow just making big-time rebounds and just tipping the ball and giving you an extra chance to survive. The hustle was the difference. I just wish that somebody else, though, could step up in the scoring department besides Tyrese Maxey. But yeah. MVP of the game has to be Tyrese Maxey. But I will tell you, VJ Edgecombe, in the last minute, showed the heck up. And you don't win that game without him either. And Dominic Barlow will be my number 3. My top 3 players tonight for the Sixers, Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, and Dominic Barlow after this win right here. I want to read your comments. I want you guys to call into the show. 610-314-0844 is how you dial on in. Just a crazy game out at the Xfinity Mobile Arena between the Sixers and the Warriors. And they got to travel to Milwaukee, by the way, to catch a game tomorrow night, which I believe is at 7:30 out at the Pfizer V Forum. But yeah, all in all, feisty win after a bad collapse. They still kept their head down, and they won. So, all right, let's take some phone calls. 610-314-0844 is how you're calling in. And I will also be taking text messages now, too. What else do we got? Cliffhanger of an ending, says Charles. What's up, Charles? How you doing, my friend? Just a crazy, crazy freaking game. He's a 2-guard. He's not a point guard, says Jay Decker. I hear you. If we're talking about Quentin Grimes, I agree. If we're talking about VJ Edgecombe, I agree with that too. We have a lot of scorers. We have guys that aren't necessarily pass-first players. And that's the one thing that you need a balance of. And to me, Jared McCain is the number one best facilitator. He's the best facilitator on this team. Just is. Lawrence says Nurse is trash. Nurse doesn't know how to put all his doesn't know his players all the time. Puts in bad lineups, then puts in both players who turn the ball over, VJ and McCain. This team was up by 20 points, says Lawrence. And I hear you. The Nick Nurse criticism is definitely valid, especially in the fourth quarter, because you got to have a ball handler out there to start off the fourth quarter. And how many times have we seen this year where he just loves to have VJ handling the ball to start off the fourth quarter for like no apparent reason? Also, too, Guy Santos was making a big difference after he came on into the game in that fourth quarter, and the Sixers, for some reason, just couldn't find a way to keep him off the boards, which I thought was interesting. I couldn't believe that he was making an impact the way that he was. And same thing with Spencer. Gosh. So. But yeah, Nick Nurse's problems continue. The way that he managed the timeouts tonight was not the best at all. So what? They cut it to an 8-point game. You take a timeout to stop their momentum. No. He gives up the lead and still doesn't call a timeout. It's when the Sixers hit a bucket, Steve Kerr says, all right, I want time. And now we're riding the seesaw. By the way, Nick Nurse also was not even going to call a timeout with 14 seconds left. Steve Kerr challenged. He was going to have the Sixers play on, which I don't necessarily agree with. At that point of the game, I think you got to set up a play. Now, you can also make the argument too, JJ, and say, well, he doesn't really call any plays, does he? I hear you, but you get to advance the ball. And I would feel better if the Sixers didn't have to run full court. I know that Tyrese Maxey's fast, but I would feel better if the Sixers had more of a short field at that point, taking a shot, rather than just wasting time driving down the court. So that was interesting too. The hustle is what bails you out tonight. We thought it was the third quarter. We thought that the third quarter was going to be bad, but Nurse switches up and tries to do it in the fourth, says Lawrence. The third quarter, honestly, was also going to be bad too, but Tyrese Maxey saved it because of his 3 threes that he hit in the third quarter. The Sixers ended up losing that quarter anyways, but again, if Tyrese doesn't hit those 3 threes, then the Sixers lose this game too. Lawrence said Embiid was playing like Drummond last year. No defense. Couldn't hustle. Go to the ball. So the Warriors started to come back with threes. That's another thing, too, and I'm happy that you noted that as well. That's a really good point. Because, yeah, they were taking advantage of him, and I thought that if he also came back in the game in the fourth quarter, I know that he was on the minutes restriction anyways. Golden State wins that game that way, too. It's just really funny to me how the Sixers stole this game. Let's call it what it is. They stole this game. That block by Tyrese Maxey was freaking amazing. gosh. That was iconic. That was special. Again, in real time, it's like going by so quick. I didn't even know if Maxi got a. I thought it was a Dembona that was down there. No. 610-314-0844 is how you calling in. Last point I will make is this. You gave up 64 of Golden State's 98 points in the second half. This does not go on the players. A lot of it doesn't go on the players. Again, Quentin Grimes being a little bit reckless, yes, that goes on him. Tyrese Maxey with a couple of those turnovers in the third quarter, that's on him. But imagine if the Sixers had a good play caller. Imagine if they had a coach that, besides watching his players go out there and just provide isolation ball, scramble on offense, and actually had a coach that could just put these players in a better position to succeed, I think the 76ers would only have 3 losses this year. I do. I think that Nick Nurse, I'm essentially saying that Nick Nurse has costed this team 6 games. At least. With his lack of play calling and with his terrible lineups. Even with guys like Joel and Paul George out. Now, on the other side, if Paul George and Joel Embiid play and the Sixers use the $100 million elsewhere around Tyrese Maxey, that changes things too. 2 things can be true. But it really, Nick Nurse is definitely a part of the problem as well. It's clear. Whew. Again and again, horrible coaching during the last minutes. Post and Gee should have been in. Kerr should get fired. Yeah, interesting stuff from the Golden State side too, where I'm thinking, like, why is Gee getting taken out? But that's just how it goes. You don't have Draymond available, right? The foot injury happened. That was an interesting call too. Also, the other thing about it, and this is maybe just something that's small, but that kind of bothered me as well, and I have to mention this. I knew that the Sixers were going to challenge the VJ call when he tried to reach on in. I thought that VJ got all ball there. I was thinking to myself, because in the NBA, it's not just when you challenge a play, they challenge what the verdict is as well. Or like what the verdict should be. That's just how it goes. So it's like an anticipated play. So I thought that the Sixers challenging that play there, and maybe I'm being a little bit too nitpicky, but I didn't think that they should have done that. I didn't think that there was enough conclusive evidence to overturn it, and it wasn't worth that risk. Because then, if you lose that challenge in that area, then you don't even have a timeout. So if Nick Nurse loses that challenge, then we're saying, wow. Because now we have to inbound it from full court with 7 seconds to go, and we don't get to advance the ball. So Nick Nurse took a gamble with that challenge on that reach-in play, and I didn't think that was necessary because I didn't think that there was going to be enough to overturn it. And essentially, I know that you are down by 1 at that point. I get that. But that could have went the other way. And yet the momentum changes. And you lost the timeouts. So Golden State has the advantage. you weren't really going to get the advantage anyways because Golden State was going to have a chance to inbound it again. I hope that makes sense. But that also bugged me too. I don't care how. They won the game. They got the W. They did get the win. And that's what matters. But boy, do they not make it easy. All right. I think that's going to wrap it up for me, man. I think that is going to be it. I will take a look at Twitter really quickly. Sixers Adam says, Dominic Barlow is okay despite having injury scares at the end of both halves. He dove for a block on the play where Tyrese Maxey swatted DeAnthony Melton and landed on a camera dude. He hurt his hip briefly, was just upset not to be a part of the celebration. Not fun at all, he said. I could have sworn that I saw Dominic Barlow go down too, but again, everything is just happening so fast that you just got to focus on the play. And I'm happy that Sixers Adam provided that update because I thought I saw something there. Wasn't going to say anything, but he did confirm that. What a sequence at the end, though. Just a great effort by VJ Edgecombe to tip that thing back. Terrible shot by Tyrese. That was the elbow jumper that he took that was contested, and I thought that was bad. He should have just drove it over to the cup. I don't know what he was doing, but VJ Edgecombe saved that game. And the funny part about it, too, is that because Tyrese was backpedaling, that also helped him with that chase down block. So again, it's funny how things do work. I don't know. Josh says Maxi's block needs to be discussed nonstop tomorrow on all Philly sports radio stations. Being the shooter and the first block on D here is absolutely insane, let alone coming off yet another 40-minute night. League leader in minutes per game, by the way. Just wow. And he's right. I got a little bit frustrated with him in the fourth quarter. But again, he's carrying this team. And we're seeing him as a defensive monster out there now. It's great. Valerie says you're stopping by to say hi. Greetings from Southern California. What's up, Val? Thanks so much for stopping by. I appreciate you. So, all right, that's going to wrap it up for me. I love you all. I will catch you all on the next one. We got a game tomorrow night, Sixers and Bucks. We'll see how they do against Milwaukee. But I will see you all then. Lila Tov, and good night. Bye, everybody.